Danfo offers unparalleled, curated, and bespoke tours across Africa for travelers seeking genuine cultural experiences, enriched with magnificent sights, sounds, and flavors found on the continent. Each trip is reliably curated to ensure visitors are gifted with an immersive and authentic adventure. Whether you find yourself strolling along the charming white sand beaches of Sierra Leone, feasting on the mouth-watering delicious foods in Senegal, observing or partaking in various aspects of the Isheshe traditional system Ifa native to Yoruba land, Nigeria, with Danfo, you will rediscover a fulfilling sense of kinship to the true heart of the motherland, her communities. Our core values focus on integrity, quality, safety, and sustainability. We are uniquely committed to assisting with the advancement of African infrastructure and promoting African businesses, so both travelers and the communities they visit receive beneficial exchanges. At Danfo, we understand the importance of connectivity, and we have created a model which provides bespoke experiences based on your passions or hobbies. With us, expect a long-lasting spiritual bond between you and your destinations. Live, love, Danfo, Africa. To learn more, visit danfo.africa.
Peace, family. We are live again. Donnie Samir, search for Huru. Thank you all. Thank you so much for joining. Hit that like button and please hit that like button. Also, make sure you share and make sure you subscribe. I greatly appreciate it. Got a couple of announcements before we jump into this evening's or tonight's topic. Number one, N-word tariff. If you say the N-word, it's a $10 tariff. Okay, we're doing an N-word tariff over here. So no N-word. N-word is not allowed. Guys, give me a second. Okay. Had to sneeze. Sorry about that. But yes, no N-word. So the N-word tariff is back on. N-word is not allowed to be used around here. Also, we are rolling to South Africa. March 25th through April 2nd. March 25th through April 2nd. If you're interested in joining us, please visit donfo.africa. Again, if you're interested, please visit donfo.africa to learn more. Dr. Slim, who are you? Because you know a lot about my days at UGA. Delta, who are you? I won't, put your government or your information out there, but send me a message on Facebook or Instagram and say, hey, Dynas, I'm Delta Slim. Interested to know who you are, Delta Slim. But yeah, so we're rolling to Cape Town in March, Senegal in May, Nigeria in August, Zanzibar in September, and then in November we're going to Ghana and Ivory Coast. Now, for real, Dr. Slim, who are you? I'm very interested to know because you know a little too much about my UGA days. So either I'll play with you or you went to UGA. But again, I won't expose you. I'm not petty like that, but I'm just interested to know who you are. Again, I'm just interested to know who you are. So if you plan on telling me, just hit me up on Facebook or Instagram, or if you got my phone number, send me a text message. Because I'm very interested. What else we got going on? What else is going on? That's about it, y'all. Let's jump into today's topic. If I'm gonna go ahead and put the link in the chat room, Call if you want to call in, go ahead and call in. But the NAACP, National Association of Advancement of Colored People, I think that's what it stands for. They keep they put out this in fact, the picture, the thumbnail for this video is the actual um artwork they did comparing the KKK, Ku Klux Klan, to ICE. And anybody that's running with this narrative is very, very, very highly disrespectful. Even the ISIS is comparable to Nazis. It's very disrespectful as far as for the KKK to black people. All right. No, ICE aren't slave catchers of runaway slaves. No, ICE is not the KKK. So the KKK, for people who don't know, terrorize black folks. Will stick burning crosses in their front yard, drag them from their home, lynch them, kill them, burn their businesses down. Watch Rosewood. For anybody that wants to make this stupid comparison, watch Rosewood. They terrorize black folks. ICE, are you a citizen of this country? I mean, are you here legally? Do you have proof? Worst thing that can happen is you get sent back to your home country. Again, worst thing that happens is you get sent back to your home country. You get a free ride home. That's why comparing ICE to the KKK is ridiculous. Go ahead, Colin. Go ahead, Colin.
Yeah, Diane. First off, you owe yourself a tariff, man. You said the N word.
When I said N word,
and when you was talking about the Delta Slim guy, you said, "Yo, the N word."
I didn't. Nah.
Yeah, you did, man. You said, "Yo, I didn't know N word." You said it real quick, but you probably didn't even know.
I did not say the N word.
I could have sworn you said the N word. Go back and listen, man. You gotta.
I did not
find yourself $10, Dynasty. You know. Anyway,
I said it. Go ahead.
Dynasty. The NAACP stands for Negroes are actually colored Polacks. You know. Negroes are actually colored Polacks. That's what the NAACP stand for. Now, when this only goes what I'm talking about. No, everything we've done, Dynasty, the civil rights movement, all that stuff has been a farce. They would never basically compare the Jewish Holocaust to anything. You notice how they don't drag the Holocaust in there because they fundamentally respect.
Well, that's not true, Colin, because they're starting to say that ISIS are the Nazis.
Well, they won't. They'll say in certain ways, but they'll never say this is the Holocaust. You know, they'll say it's Gestapo-like, but they'll never say it was a Holocaust. Right? What happened to us with the KKK was a Holocaust. You know, they literally. I was reading today on Afro Think Tank's blog page. He said, I remember this case. These bunch of black boys, like 30, went there to a what they thought was a vocational school. They locked them in there and set the place on fire. That's our reality. That's not happening to illegal aliens. And look, if you came to this country, broke into the country illegally, right? Mm-hmm. Let me break it down to you, the people. I don't want to be long-winded, right? There are laws on the books, right? There's hundreds of laws on the books, Diane. You probably don't even know, right? Until you do it. You can be sitting on your front porch and eating with the wrong spoon, or the next one, cop comes to you. You know, you're only supposed to eat with your left hand on a certain day of the hour right there. I don't know, but it's on the books, right? And what I'm saying is there's laws that on the books that the government can enforce if they want to, because that's what laws are for, if they want to regulate something or enforce something to comply with people in. Then there's laws on the books, right, that people strongly care about. One is borders, immigration, and stuff like that. The political mood of a country, right? The political will gives the president and the administration, the executive, a mandate to enforce certain laws. It depends on what it is. And during Obama's time, the healthcare needed reforming. Healthcare needed reforming. So he had a mandate to fix healthcare. Right? That was the agenda. Trump, he was elected to basically round up illegal aliens. That's what he campaigned on, right? That's what people voted on. That's what we want. That's how it usually works. Round up illegal aliens and deport them. Now, when you got Tim Walz talking about the federal government, we're at war with the federal government, that's an insurrection. What Trump is making a big mistake is doing is he's not going there arresting people like Tim Walz and this guy Brandon Johnson. These people defying federal orders and stuff like that. He's making this. I don't know if they're trying to see how it plays out in the election and some kind of stupid stuff like that. Sometimes you got to say, forget the election. We're going to get you now, get you arraigned and get you under indictment, and let you fight your way out of that, So the bottom line is Trump did the right thing. He sent more reinforcements to Minnesota. In other words, he's not playing, right? This is not the KKK. This is people enforcing the law, getting criminals out of the country and getting people who should not be here out of the country. Going to back to your country is not a death sentence. That's sad. When you don't get me a dime, you got the same people always come there bragging about their country. They're always bragging about their country. Then when Donald Trump says the country is a shithole, like, no, we can't be said that. Well, you say your country's not a shithole, Now, I have empathetic, right? I've seen a guy that was going to work, right? A nice guy, a Hispanic guy was going to work. He made the wrong turn on the street. ICE bagged him up and whatnot, and he missed his daughter's graduation because he was in custody. I'm empathetic, But like I said, Diane, I've also seen people get pulled over for DUI, right, with the kids in the car and everything like that, and mommy and daddy got to go to jail. That's the way it is. You're not supposed to sit there and say, something, people's feelings gonna hurt or not. You just committed DUI and you just caused a wreck or not. But we're gonna let you go home because we don't want your sons and daughters. Somebody in Reddit said that's bullshit. No, it's not, but it's a reality. But people don't like hearing it coming from a black person, bro. That's just logical. If you basically committed DUI, you committed a crime. Hey, look, you get a speeding ticket, Diamonds, 10 miles over speed limit. Ain't nobody coming to me and saying, well, that's not a good law. I choose not to obey this law. No. Everybody else has to obey the laws. You can't pick and choose what laws you want to obey. A government has a right to say what laws are going to emphasize and enforce, but the public has a right to obey laws at all times. That's your mandate, your duty as a citizen to obey all laws at all times. If they don't want to enforce certain laws, like, you go some places where people are doing open drinking, open container on a beach, whatever like that, the officer could go and say, something, I know they're not supposed to, I smell weed and they got beer, but I'm going to let them have a good time. I choose to look the other way. You could do that, But at the same time, the officer says, no, I'm being an asshole. He could do that too. He could choose to enforce the law, or he could lose to let them basically look the other way. In this federal case with the immigration, people have been looking the other way for generations, and people said in last election, no more. They want something done about this. ICE is not the KKK. It's just another branch of law enforcement. And I land my plane.
Go ahead, Johnny. Unmute yourself.
All right, appreciate it, Honest. How's everything?
All is well.
All right, cool. So, ICE is not the KKK, obviously, man. I'm guessing that this came from NAACP because of what happened with that the black dude around New Year's. Is that what that's about?
Either, knowing the NAACP is probably more. They're probably more focused on the white girl that was killed. NAACP.
Got you. Yeah. Well, either way, I don't think ICE is KKK. I think that's a weak argument that they're making. But I guess I'm gonna be a dissenting voice a little bit because I do think that ICE is overstepping their bounds. Though. I looked into the case. I'm not gonna argue if the dude should have got shot or not or whatever. But they're not the police and they're not
Well, I don't.
Law enforcement.
Law enforcement. True.
Johnny, not to.
Go ahead, man.
What I'm saying is what actually happened? Because I was trying to find some information or video or anything. I couldn't find.
Gotcha. Yes, it's kind of hard to find because it's an internal investigation. So when, as you probably already know, whenever ICE there's an incident involved, a death or whatever, there it's looked at internally. The feds will internally audit, any type of wrongdoing and things. It's not done by multi agencies like it is with police, like local police. So basically, what I gather is there was a shooting that took place on New Year's Eve at 10:40. Keep that in mind, right? The guy was in his parking lot of his apartment complex, and he was firing off a rifle. So the ICE agent was responding, who also lived in the apartments, was responding to what he said was an active shooter. For what I gather, was an active shooter scene. So he's talking to the guy, whatever. He's trying to, de-escalate or whatever, and shots were fired. We don't know who did what exactly, but he said shots were fired.
Let me say this, Johnny. Rule number one: if you're in the South or any part of America, East Coast of America, right? If you run up on law enforcement and you have a firearm in here, you are asking for a death sentence.
Say that
I
again.
don't know what this guy was thinking about, whatever like that. If a cop comes up on you, have a weapon, you tell the cop, "I have a weapon."
Hold on. You gotta let me finish though, bro. You got let me finish because there's details is missing out, bro.
What he got.
Well, Kyle, I'm trying to hear the details.
Okay. So he was off duty and he lived in the apartment complex himself. Okay. So my guess is he's not in his uniform. He might not have had his badge and identified himself as law enforcement. I don't know those details, but from the sounds of it, it's 10:40 at night. He's off duty, so most likely, he's not walking around with his badge and all that stuff. But he's hearing shots in his complex, and he responded to the situation. That's basically what we have in a nutshell with everything, and they're making it seem like this is the case and that's the case.
So so Johnny, so he heard gunshots and he in his apartment complex.
Yeah,
and then he goes to investigate.
The cop goes to, or the law enforcement officer goes to investigate.
Okay.
More or less, he hears the shots ringing out, and it's like an hour and a half before New Year's. So, before, the shots usually, everybody hears the shots, no matter where they live, pretty much when the fireworks is going off at New Year's. But this is an hour and a half before then, and it's a rifle, and it's, from what I gather, in the parking lot. So, I mean,
okay, I missed the part. So who shoot? Okay, so the guy was shooting in the air in the parking lot.
That's what was reported, that he was the one shooting in the air with the rifle too.
Is there any video footage of it or anything?
No, nothing has been released. It's all internal. The feds is investigating it. They don't have FOIAs and all that stuff. They don't have to honor it the same.
Okay, so he's in a parking lot shooting up in the air for New Year's.
Supposedly for New Year's, yeah.
Supposedly, ICE is there and they draw on him and shoot him.
Not ICE, an off-duty agent that lives in the complex that works for ICE.
Okay, so off-duty agent. Okay.
Yes.
Off-duty. Okay.
So he's there. He's responding. But his response was to what he considered an active shooter incident. So he thought somebody was actually shooting at people and things like that. It's not. I mean, I've been in some rough areas and everything, but it's not real common for people to come out with rifles and be shooting before New Year's in a parking lot. That doesn't sound like something that makes a lot of sense. So, it could be more that it is, the dude just made a mistake on his own or whatever, and he didn't do what he should have did the right way, and that's why he dealt with it. I'm not saying the dude's in the right. That's just the information as I understand it, as we have it right now. So. That wasn't even my point about the law enforcement not being ICE not being police, but just they're not trained in de-escalation and those type of things. That was my whole thing. But if he is responding to what he believes is an active shooter situation, I do understand why he would respond the way that he did. But they're not trained in de-escalation. They're not trained in domestic issues. They can't handle traffic and theft and things like that the local law enforcement deal with. They don't do patrols and stuff, So I think they are being more militarized and everything. They shouldn't be doing patrols. They have a specific job that refers to immigration that gives them their authority, and they just got to work within those bounds and not cross them. That's my opinion. And I'll let it go with that.
All right, let me pass it back to Colin, and I'll pass it to Nigel. Go ahead, Colin.
Yeah, the thing is about that is that would be beautiful if local law enforcement is supposed to be cooperating with them, right? They're supposed to people over when they arrest when they're not doing that. So they have to do the job of local law enforcement because the city mayor is saying don't cooperate with ICE, don't hand over known criminals, stuff like that. So that's why they have to do what they got to do. You know.
Yeah, but Kyle, I think that the person that shot the guy was off duty. So
Yeah, but let me tell you something about police and
He was
law.
black
I'll
too,
tell you,
American.
in this country, Dinus, right? If you're a law enforcement, no matter what you were, the on duty, off duty, there's been several cases, Dinus, where there was one not too long ago. A husband and wife team was having dinner at a restaurant, right? Somebody came in, a brother came in there trying to, I guess, threaten my gun, and they handle business. They're off duty, and they got cleared because, look, if you see an active crime situation, whatever like that, that law enforcement, your badge. You have a duty to respond. As simple as that. You got to run to the fight. That's just the way it is. Now, are you supposed to be all the time? No, but if you're the only one on the scene, right, and you got law enforcement, a badge to enforce the law. Yeah, so the law is a law. Now you have specific duties on your duties and obligation of law, but you still have a right, duty to enforce the law. Like ICE, if they find somebody that's here legally, right, and say, okay, but we found some cocaine on him, they have to arrest him or hold him, and they have a duty to turn him over to local authorities. They can't just say,
Yeah.
well, that's not my jurisdiction. You can go.
So you're saying that if you're speeding, you can get a ticket and pulled over and arrested by an ICE agent?
Oh yeah.
No, you can't, bro.
They
Come on
can.
now.
Kyle, no, I don't
Come
know.
on now.
Hold on.
that.
No, I'm not
Kyle,
saying if
I
I'm
don't
here.
know
Look,
about all
if I'm here illegally, right?
No, not illegally. How would you know? You're driving.
Hold on. No, if you look, as soon as they put your thing in there, and
They don't have that,
nothing
bro. They
bounces
don't
back.
do that.
Hold on. If
Go ahead.
the state police put your number and run your tags, and there's nothing and nothing bounced back, right? And they ask you, what's your address, what's your social, give me some identification, and you say you don't have identification, right? Then they call ICE and Homeland Security. That's how it works.
What I was asking is if ICE has the authority to pull you over. I'm questioning their jurisdiction
I think
to
I think
respond. You
how
saying they
it's
have a
working
duty to
now is
respond to crime.
I think what it is now if ICE has a suspicion of a person might, and this comes
Yeah,
into the
Johnny.
hairy
They
zone
have
of
a suspicion
racially
from what
profiling.
I
Racial profiling. Some people say that's not right, but the Supreme Court ruled that they can use racial profiling in certain areas to identify people they think are here legally. That Supreme Court ruled on that a few months ago, and people,
Yeah.
I don't think it's right, but that's what the Supreme Court did. They ruled that.
Yeah, I understand why they would need that. I understand why they would need that, but I'm saying as far as dealing with what crimes that municipal law enforcement would deal with.
Oh,
That's what I'm
they don't
saying.
have no authority of doing that. No, they
Yeah,
have no
so
authority to
the
do that.
issue is that I guess how he responded, he wasn't trained to respond in that way.
Yeah,
In
well,
that
I'm saying
sense.
in that
And there,
particular incident, right? What he could have did was call his local law enforcement, right?
yeah,
But he chose to, and
to
like I said, he's like
respond.
a
Yeah.
George Zimmerman. I can handle it myself. That's what they do. When you get, I've seen security guards do the same thing and kill people.
But in his defense, not to defend him, but like for the full scope of the story, the dude's in the parking lot with a rifle. Like that's not normal, right? Like
Yeah,
even on
so
New Year's, it's not
it's not
normal
normal,
for
an apartment complex shooting over people probably saying are terrified and whatnot. They don't know what this guy's about. See, like I said, that's part of the story is not being
do
told.
people still shoot in the air during New Year? Like
hell yeah, man.
People do stupid shit,
Okay. Let
Yeah,
me pass the mic to Nigel. Go ahead, Nigel. Unmute yourself.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Diners, and greetings to all the panelists, the chat, and the viewers. Let's just get this one out of the way. This in ICE is not KKK. That's quite obvious. Anyone that has eyes, you see. But I think just like the other speaker, Johnny, ICE seems to be acting quite. How do I describe it? It's like they are just going out doing stuff without even checking now, and they are just manhandling people and treating people badly. Maybe that is what is required because this is a messy job that they are doing. But it could lead to some serious problem in the country. Already, I think America is in trouble in so many ways. But ICE could be the spark that really lights it up on the street, because it
Yeah,
just
but
takes
how do
one.
they look? Most people to Niger don't either neutral or really don't care about what ICE does. I'm just telling you, most people don't care.
Yeah,
Don't
they
listen
won't
to the
care
media.
now.
Most people don't care. They
They,
don't have an opinion about it.
let Tunaja finish. Go ahead, Tunaja.
they won't care until one or two people in their neighborhood gets knocked out, and by as someone that doesn't have anything to do with anything gets hit. When they are hitting criminals and foreigners, people don't care. But it's when they start hitting locals in the name of getting foreigners, that's when people start caring, especially if ICE is insensitive to it. Because I saw some videos of them when a lady was telling him, he was like, attacking her, taking her phone from her. That kind of attitude is what's going to spark problems. And I think America is already on Tinder's as a kind of a Tinder box, and it's a matter of one person doing something silly, and all hell will break loose, and Trump will have a lot to answer for it. But that said, if you are talking about illegal immigrants getting deported, I really wish America would deport all the illegal immigrants in our country. I really wish, because if they bring all Africans back to their continents, that continent will grow. The same thing with Europe. But the problem is that they won't do that. All this one is a pretense. They won't do that because they know those people, if they send them back to their countries will develop. That is the problem. Now they put visa bans on many African countries. Who cares? African countries are kind of, from what I got at this year, they are in line to grow the fastest they've grown for years now, because this idea of brain drain is beginning to reduce, and people are staying more on the continent, and US aid is not there disrupting the continent as much as it was under the Democrats anymore. So I'm not exactly that fussed about him sending people home. I wish I'm sent home too. I don't care. I've been here, so what? If I sent home, it's not the worst place to go to. Africa is not the worst place to be. Let them keep the America. America, from what I can see from afar, America it has a lot of challenges. This is why I said America is either going to go to war or they're going to have a civil war. One of them has to come to fruition, and that is what Americans are dealing with right now. And that is how I see it. And ICE could be the spark. And you guys watch the space, because the way those guys are behaving, they are going to really beat up a lot of these fellow Americans, and that is going to cause a lot of problems for Trump. I'll leave it at that.
All right, go ahead, Brandon.
This Nigerian is such a liar. You haven't seen, bro.
So that'll be
Listen,
Nigeria now.
if this ashy ankle Kaffer could freaking find one video of ICE beating somebody up Rodney King style, I will give him $1,000.
So you have
They're
to
not beating up anyone. They're literally enforcing the law, right? You remember laws, they do have those in Nigeria. And what you guys are doing is you're trying to look from wherever you are in Germany and then look and then make an assessment on America. And you think that there's going to be a civil war, bro. I could probably whoop every last one of my neighbors' ass, and they're all like hardcore liberals, like probably at the same time, right? These people will never fight, bro. They will cry, whine, play victim. There was just a video that was released the other day.
Hold on,
like
Brandon. You better talk about the one dude with the that beat up the 4 liberals.
Bro, he knocked out. He was elderly.
Yeah, he was backing up. He was backing up and knocking them out.
He knocked one dude out twice. And the dude was like in his 20s. And the dude who knocked him out was like 50. These people don't want to fight. What these people want to do is agitate until the point where you do something to them, and then they're going to scream victim. Everyone's onto it. Everyone knows it. ICE is nowhere near the KKK. This idiot who got killed by this ICE agent, right? Dinus, what state was that in? Was that in Cali?
I'm not sure.
Because from what I read, it was in Northridge.
Okay.
So if it's in Northridge, California, for one, that's a totally white area. For two, you are shooting a long gun on New Year's talking about, oh, that's what they always do.
In an apartment complex.
It's still illegal. People do it knowing that it's illegal. And if you're in Northridge, I think it's in California. But
it's in California.
Yeah, if you're in Northridge, California, I live 30 minutes from Northridge. One, they're dealing with a lot of like break-ins up there where the little ghetto black guys are leaving South Central, heading up to Northridge, breaking in people's houses. Two, you're asking to get caught. Stuff like what this guy did, you do that in South Central. You do that out of an alley in Long Beach or something like that. If you go there and shoot a rifle, everyone's going to know who it was because they ain't out there doing that. And if you're the only black dude, which he's probably like the only black dude living in the area, they're going to know it's you. But the guy drew down on him, told him to put his gun down. If the guy, for one, if the guy identified himself as law enforcement, you're supposed to comply.
Brandon, I didn't know that part. So he didn't just come up and shoot him.
The guy drew down on him, and from what the guy said was he said he shot at him, then he shot bro. Which, as crazy and hopped up as these dudes are on drugs, Dynas, out here in LA, I wouldn't put it past them. These Dynas, there are videos on YouTube of the police pulling people over in LA. Bro, they have switches shooting out the police whole front windshield with switches. And the police run and skirt off and the little hoodlums get away. So you just know I'm from here. I know like that is an area where nobody in their right mind would shoot a weapon. Nobody would do that there. So he's just an idiot. And he lost his life. And what's going on is people are playing stupid games. They're winning stupid prizes. Obey law enforcement. This is something you knew since you were little. But because we have a political apparatus that is allowing people to question whether or not they want to follow the law, it's emboldening people. And this is what that does. If you look in liberal cities, Dynas, look at how the crime is out of control. Look at what the soft on crime policies are doing. Is that making the criminals say, oh, the police are going easy on us, so we're going to stop doing crime? No, they're getting more emboldened because they're like, I can do something and ain't nobody going to do nothing about it. This guy was in his 40s, Dynas. 43. He was not a young whippersnapper. He's just an idiot. And all his family's going to come. Yeah, he's actually from Carson. Now that I think it is in Cali, he's from Carson. This guy didn't go pull that shit in Carson. He pulled that in a white area because he thought, oh, ain't nobody gonna come out here and do nothing. But there was an off-duty ICE officer, and bro told him to put his gun down. Bro said he shot at him, and he killed him. Now, mind you, they're gonna case the scene. They're gonna look for shells. They're gonna do all that. If they find those things, the ICE officer, well, he's gonna get off anyway. Just obey law enforcement. Stop listening to people who ain't never even been to America. Niger ain't never even stepped foot on American soil. Talking about it's going to be a civil war. Dude, Nigeria has more chance of having a valid election than we have of having a civil war in this country.
I think you are underestimating what liberals are capable of doing. They won the last.
I'm not.
War, you know?
I live around liberals, bro.
You don't understand the dynamics on the ground.
Hold on, Nige. You said liberals won the last what?
Yeah, they technically won the last. After all, the Southerners are the right wingers that don't want to.
Those were not liberals.
Hold on, they were not liberals. But hold on, you have to understand the demographics on the ground favor the liberals. You just think they are weak because the right.
Are you
now making all kinds of noise.
Abraham Lincoln was a Republican.
Yeah, he may have been a Republican, but his position was not that of a current day's Republican. That's what I'm talking about.
Lord,
that's a fact. He was considered liberal.
They will see Republican. They will see Abraham Lincoln.
If you listen, I love when Nigerians try to teach me about American history. If you don't know anything about America, the South was the welfare region of the country. That's why they went to war, because they wanted the government to actually help them. They wanted the government to help them, bro. They wanted subsidies and all that because their farms and stuff were failing. They were
I think you are not twisting reality. And you say I'm the one that is not American.
Listen, man.
Man, and you
listen,
saying
use
all of
common
that
sense.
from the UK, bro, or wherever you're from,
He
to
doesn't
Niger?
have a clue what he's talking about. He's just
That's
twisting reality.
Listen,
hey,
In,
to
in
The
Niger.
common
As
Republican
sense.
Party
soon
was
as
liberal when it
Southern,
first started.
tell me what
to
is
Listen,
Niger,
happening in
as
Dinah,
Southern
soon as
minority
you
land.
said that
But
you
let me
think it's
ask
gonna
him.
be a
Let me
liberal,
ask him
it's
now.
gonna be a civil war. That just shows that you don't know nothing about America.
No,
Liberals
you
ain't gonna.
you
But
don't.
let me show you what liberals do. Liberal men dress up like women, like Billy Porter, and dance in a dress next to white goddamn sloppy Joe kissing his
Wow.
hand. That's what liberals do.
Tell me.
Liberals sit.
Oh my.
Nigel,
Let
you
me
talk
say
for
something.
5 minutes. You talk for 5 minutes uninterrupted. So let me school you. Liberal
Right.
men ain't gonna do a goddamn thing. They the one that voted for Kamala. Those are the ones that voted for a female's vagina. Those are the ones that talk about reproductive rights. You get on the. These are the ones that wanted the illegals to come over here. It ain't the point that they wanted them to come on. Let me church it up. They just voting for the machine. They don't have no dog in the fight. Why do you think that they come around every 2 or 4 years, pat them on their head, start yelling racism and having fish fries? You don't have to do anything for black people to get them on their side because liberals are emotional. If it ain't the Republicans are not complaining about the immigration. The only way you're gonna get a civil war is from the Republicans. You ain't gonna get it from the liberals. Most liberals is scared of guns. To Niger, I am a convicted felon, and out of my whole family, I don't even supposed to have a gun, and I'm the only one that got a gun in my family. Out of 300 some people, black people are scared of guns in the South. The only ones that go out there, they'll go to the range, they'll take some pictures, that's it. Them white boys sit up there in the trees, pissing in Gatorade bottles, shooting deers. They going out here to them range out there. Diners, you know, out there in Douglasville, they got set up like Mission Impossible and SEAL Team Sit. They practicing. Black people and liberals don't practice like that. Let me explain something to y'all. Do y'all not understand? We was talking about this on College Show last night. And shout out to Brandon too. You know, and Africa. You know what I'm saying? First things first, man. They are organized. They got a person that taking the pictures. They got a person that's doing the crying. They got somebody else that's doing the screaming, and they got somebody else that's doing the whistling. You get what I'm saying? That's their pack. They got it on the internet. The lady that got shot up there, she was part of some group at a church where they go in there and practice. That's how the liberals are doing. That's how organized they are at being agitators. And if the Republicans, the conservative, we ain't got no problem with that shit. Because we know in the South, because if you catch anybody most people that's in the federal prison are people from the South. You get what I'm saying? Of course, there's people from all over, but the most is from the South because of the drug epidemic when the war on drugs, when they had the 2 strikes of the drugs, not the 2 strikes of violent crime. We talking about the drugs where people was getting 360 months to life. That's all in the South on up, right to Virginia. So we know that when the federal in the South, we know that if the federal pull up, you don't even play with federal. It's amazing that liberals think that they can play with federal officers. They will hide your ass in a federal institution. Hide you. You get what I'm saying? So all that playing around with federal, we play even in the hood. If the police come up, we'll look at the police like he a bitch. But let the federal rule it, because we know for a fact once you get that federal indictment on you, bro, it's the lawyer fees is $75,000 off the rip for a bond. We all know that. And then on top of that, you got to go to this district, and on top of that, if you go to court, you might have to go to court in a different city or a different state. That's how the feds get down. So when they send you to prison, you might be from Georgia. They send you all the way to Kansas somewhere. So your family can't even get there. That's why people don't play with. That's why you can't get black people caught up in this fuck shit. Now, let's take this situation right here. Let me use my inside voice because Brandon's on the show tonight. So I got to talk with some sense. You know what I'm saying? You sitting up here in a motherfucking parking lot shooting a gun. That is 100% illegal. And even goddamn dumb as hustle smarty, I would never do no stupid shit like that. I moved to the outskirts When I was in the city, you couldn't do that shit. Only way you hear that shit is over there on the west side Bankhead or something. But I moved to the outskirts where all the white people come out there and shoot their guns in their yard. Ain't nobody apartment because you can get aggravated assault. You can get an aggravated assault for all the people that's in apartments. That's the way the state law works. If you go out there shooting a gun and there's people in apartments walking by, if the police come out there and get you, they can get you for aggravated assault of each person that's in 100 to 200 feet radius.
On their eardrums.
Period. So hold on. Now, this is the last thing. Now, Jada was talking about the off-duty officer, and Carla was right, but Carla didn't know the law 100% completely. Yes, an officer is always on duty. They always carry their service weapon when they go out. So it's just the same way how he was. I don't know why Jada was saying, can they pull somebody over? Because that means that they got to have the equipment to pull somebody over. They got to have a laser and a tag reader. They don't have that. They don't even have that. So it was just a dumb question. You know, I'm not calling him dumb, but it's a dumb question because they don't have that. They don't have that. You never see them out there with a laser pulling people over. So that's what it is. But we had a situation in Atlanta where a lady that was a secretary, and she saw somebody at the Walmart on Panola. You get what I'm saying? She pulled her gun and hold the person till the police got there. You get what I'm saying? But if that person would have shot at her, she would have shot at them. So it doesn't matter what they train for. If somebody posing a deadly threat, you are authorized to you have authorization to use deadly force. That's just the way it is. It ain't no such thing about what you train for. You get what I'm saying? Like the people that work at the desk or work in the food service, you got all type of police officers. You got the ones that go out there and do that put traffic citation and boot your tires. You think they won't, even though they don't have to go out there and train like the other officers do, they don't have to keep no way to go out there and practice and for months. You think they won't bust your ass if you out there shooting a gun in a parking lot?
Dinus, what we're learning, hustle smart.
Yeah, so Brandon, you got 30 seconds. I got to pass it by.
What we're learning is that Black Americans still have not matured as a group. We still want to play stupid little games. We want to pretend like we don't know the law. We don't know the law, but for the better part of a century, have watched our brothers, cousins, uncles, aunties getting locked up for violating these laws. We know the law better than any other group in America because we've been subject to the law. We've been basically in prison for breaking the law more than anybody per capita. Everyone knows if the cops pull you over or tell you get out the car, you cannot just drive off. Everyone knows that if the cops say get your ass out the car, you have to get out. Every Black person knows that. So for us to say every Black person know you ain't supposed to be discharging no weapon in city limits. I went to jail for that when I was younger. Every Black person knows that. And unless his gun was a registered fire, even if it wasn't registered, why are you outside in the state with the most stringent gun laws, shooting a gun in an area where someone could run down on you and be like, put the gun down?
It's not even your property, Dinus. It's not even it's a difference. You own your property on the outskirts.
Let me pass it to Negro by Blood. Negro by Blood, go ahead. Unmute yourself.
Hey, what's going on, man? Hey, man, quit playing with these feds, bro. I'm from Washington, D.C., bro, with no misdemeanors, man. That means it get dropped down.
Hey, Negro by Blood, are you on speakerphone?
Nah.
Are you on Bluetooth?
Yeah, hold on.
Oh yeah, talking to your phone. Yeah, I'll be calling in on these Obama Bluetooth.
Hey, Dice, let me get in here for a second.
No, hold on. Let Negro by Blood go. Then I'll pass it to you. Go ahead, Negro by Blood. You got to mute yourself. Negro by Blood. All right, go ahead, Colin.
Okay, the thing is, like I was saying, and I was building on this on my show. What's up, Brandon? The whole thing is us. We have a people, right? For the most part, I has one video that was TikTok. This guy says he's in his 40s, and he said, I know dudes that still talking like they're in high school. I got this much pussy. I could do this. They're in the street. We never look. Being in America, right, arrests our development, right? They say when I'm a child, I think like a child, right? When I'm become a man, you put away child thing. You start seeing the world. You're supposed to start seeing the world from a standpoint of an adult. It seems like this. I know we know better, right? But our politics, right? What we present to the world and what leads us and whatnot, we sound like friggin' children, right? You know right from wrong. You know when people say, "Oh, mass incarceration." No, it's not mass incarceration. It's mass Negroism trying to beat the law and trying to think they could get away with it, right? The people, nobody walking down the street just locking black people up. You decide that, like Ben Crump said, "Oh yeah, the only reason why the crime is by the laws." In other words, basically, you don't believe people should be acting orderly and not killing people, robbing people, and everything. It's only the law that prevents you. In other words, you got a lot of black people running around now, man, talking about making crime legal. That's what we divulge into, right? At the same time, while they're forcing the laws against illegal aliens, what's going to come next is they're going to start really crack downing on the lawlessness in Black America. Black America is really lawless right now, right? And it's a culture of lawlessness because we have people in our high places telling us that the law is racist, so you don't have to obey it. The exit of KKK, the court system is a prison. This lie about the prison. What's it? Pipeline, something like that. You know, y'all know what I'm talking about, right?
Prisoner pipeline, yeah.
Whatever the hell.
The prison pipeline.
You know, all this nonsense, right? And you're not giving anybody any agency and accountability over their life, right? We know it's tough. We know America's tough. We know like that. But ultimately, you make the choice, right? Make the choice and what road you're going to go down. And then, as I was growing up, right, I always said, if you can't do the crime time, don't do the crime, right? And when I was cool, I grew up around real gangsters, right? When they got caught and whatnot, they're like, yo, man, I got 30 years. But I lived it, his man. I lived every dime of that, man. I didn't. Ain't no society told me nothing, man. I knew right from wrong. But the bottom line is, I chose this life. This is the life I want to live. It's the only way I want to live. But now you got people telling them, "Oh, they are victims." You weren't. No, they're like, I chose to sell crack. I chose to be a gangster. That's the only life I wanted. Right? I chose that life. I could have went to church. I dropped out of vocational school. I dropped out of college or whatnot to be a gangster, right? But instead of us dealing with that from that level, we basically satisfied with the point where the system's racist. And that's unfair to all the black people who basically make the right decisions and stuff like that. Now you're on my bike.
Let me disagree with Carla.
Hold on. Let me see.
Can I say something real quick?
Well,
Yo,
Negro
bro,
Bob
you
Blood,
can hear me, brother?
Negro Bob Blood, go ahead.
You can hear me?
We'll work with it. Go ahead.
Yeah, man. I don't know where y'all live at. Y'all look out y'all window, see black folks doing all this crime every day. I mean, when I cut on the computer, I click on it, yeah. But I live in a black community. I don't see the shit y'all be saying.
I see it. I'm
What
sorry,
community
man.
you live in?
Let him finish. Go ahead.
Can you ask him what
Yeah.
community you live in?
Huh? I live in South Carolina. I'm not lying. I mean,
Yo, Charleston is off the chain, man.
Hold
Come on.
I'll let y'all
Greenville and
speak, right?
Charleston's off the chain.
Carl, let him finish.
Hey, Negro Bubba, you talking on a speakerphone or something, man? Or
You
I'll
sound
call back in. I'll call back in.
just talk on your regular phone. Just talk directly to the phone. No earpods, no Bluetooth, no nothing.
All right, now
But let
what
me disagree with Carla real quick.
Okay.
Let me tell you something. They're not gonna crack down on black crime because black crime keep the prisons open. That keeps the jail going. It keeps the bail bondsmen going. If they crack down on black crime, then who gonna keep all them white boys in no country rural areas that ain't nothing out there but a Dollar General in a prison going? They like black on black crime because black on black crime only affects black people. Where do you think they get the tax money from, Carla? They get the tax money from men.
The black and black crime that's sort of spilling in the suburbs when people.
I got you. Oh, yeah, that part.
Like
but Carla, let me explain something to you. Black people don't go out there that much. You get what I'm saying?
I'm seeing people running into Target. I've seen dining, dashing.
Yeah,
Brother. I've seen a lot of shit.
Caller, that's like petty crime. That won't even get you prison time right there. You get what I'm saying? They'll let that happen because you know what they do? All they do is raise up the price. All they do is raise up the price on that. You get what I'm saying? So they like that shit because what they do when they catch them, caller, they gonna give them 5 years probation. And if anybody ever been on probation, what you have to do when you're on probation? You have to pay the probation officer to be on probation. Did you know that, Dinas? You have to pay a fee, and you got to pay the probation officer a tariff just to be on probation.
Yeah, oh God, they got so when I go sometimes running in the morning, right off of Memorial Drive.
Yes, sir.
It's to the probation office.
Yes, sir.
Wrapped around the building in the morning.
Wrapped. That's what it is. So I agree with Carla on everything except for they're gonna crack down on it because the prisons now is traded openly. So they love to get black people out there because we ain't doing nothing but killing each other. We won't breathe on a picture of a white person. I have this conversation all the time when I'm out here trying to get these guys to goddamn get in the truck driving to get off the block in the streets. You get what I'm saying? You can't convince these dudes that a other group of people are their ops and that other people are their enemies. Whenever you talk to these YNs, they only see other black people as the enemy. See, that's the difference between white people. White people see anybody that ain't white, they enemy. But only black people is dumb. Black people is dumb enough to only see each other as enemy. And white people been figured that out. They figured that out on the slave plantation. They figured out when they tried to get people to go to Liberia. And what did these niggas say, Carla? Hell no.
That's a terror.
You got to give me the warning too, bro.
I gave it when the show started. I gave it a warning.
I wasn't on the show, man, so I didn't hear it. So you got to give me. I take the warning now. Now, so the thing about it is
coming to him too. Watch when you play this thing back, Dinas.
And you know what? You're right. He did let it slip out. You did let it slip out.
You did let it slip out,
I did
bro.
not say that.
You got to listen back to it, Dinas. You got to listen back to it. I heard it myself.
It's natural, man. It's natural, man.
It's just sometimes it flows like warm butter. It flows like warm butter with garlic butter and lobster tails, man. It just happens sometimes. But what I'm saying is that they knew that when they tried to get us to go to Liberia and go to Africa. But what did black people say? No, massa nuts. Listen, we ain't getting hung from the trees and beat no more like it was. We can go out. Yeah, they still rounding us up. They still oppressing us, but we ain't on the fields no more. We on our own spot. We gonna stay right chill in America. Until today, you still got these dumb FBAs thinking that white people went through all that hard work to get us over here from Africa and thinking they gonna give us $29 trillion. You know what I'm saying? So some type of way, black people thinking yelling, cut the check, and LBA, we don't play, is gonna make white people give us some money.
A deep voicing. Deep voicing on my show. Cut the check.
That's so smart. The thing I don't like is we have all these older black men who are just like, I'm gonna pretend like black crime doesn't exist. We've had two guys in 2 days come with that same garbage ass argument. Like, if you go to any of these urban cities with black people, they ain't stacking bodies on top of each other. Oh, no, we don't even do crime. It's just like, that's like the stuff women do, where it's like, we just gonna deny, even though it's right in front of our face. And that's really how we got here. When a grown man has the ability to know something is true, but then tell a blatant lie to a group, he ain't just lying to his mama, he ain't lying to his wife. He's lying to a group of people who know he's lying.
But Brandon, I think sometimes you are excusing something that's harmful behavior towards black people, because you just sat here saying, "Oh, you are not allowed to discharge a weapon in city environment and all the rest."
You're not.
But you know full well they do that during New Year's Eve.
It doesn't matter. It's still illegal.
Hold on. They do that in many cities in America. You know that full well.
All right,
this was 90 minutes before New Year's.
Elijah, let me ask you a question. They tell you don't swim after you eat, right? you need to wait at least 20 to 30 minutes after you eat to swim, right?
Mhm.
You're able to do it, but if you do that and jump in the water and catch a cramp and die, you're dead.
You gonna be
but
deep throat
you're not gonna be able-
chlorine.
you're not gonna be able to
the shooter
listen, wait.
didn't
Listen.
even ask any question. Just shot
Any
him.
law,
Come on.
listen.
We don't
any
know
law,
what dialogue took place, but it happened 90 minutes before New Year, so
hold
it's
on real
early to
quick.
be shooting.
Hold on real quick. Hold on.
Go ahead.
Any law on the books can be enforced at any time.
At any
If
time.
you do it, usually
Yep.
on New Year's, they don't really enforce the law because there's so many people doing it, they can't go find everybody, right? But lately in Cali, no one's been shooting in the air on New Year's. Like, I heard a few shots last year, but I know that's coming from the ghetto. This guy's not in the ghetto, Tunija. This guy is literally in one of the nicest areas in Cali with a minimal amount of black people. So
Okay,
it doesn't
do you know
happen
about
over there.
do you know about the exchange between this young man and the ICE officer? Do you know
The
about
ICE
the
officer
exchange?
told him to put his gun down. According to the ICE officer, bro shot it, bro.
Did he ask him to put his gun down and that he was
He
an
said
ICE
he
agent?
told him to put his gun down, and bro shot it, bro.
So there's no video evidence of this.
No, and
There's no evidence
video,
of none
and
of it. It's
there's
not
no
even
video
statements.
evidence, and there's no video evidence to the contrary either.
Then how did you know there was a shot?
So what you
To Nigel, then why did you make that statement that you just made 30 seconds ago then?
No, how did you know there was a shot at all? Because if you don't know that there's a statement, you don't know whether there's any
you
exchange.
do know
They
there's
got
bullets. You
ballistics.
do know there's
They can see the gun was discharged.
this is what happens when you grow up in a country without guns. There's
Oh,
bullet
God.
shells. Do you
Come
know
on,
that a shell?
you
Do
can
you
stop
know
that
that a
nonsense.
shell? Listen. Do
Yeah.
you know that a shell comes out of a gun when you shoot it?
Yeah, of course.
Multiple shells.
So within 2 seconds of him saying, "Bro shot at me," they can go search the area. If they find some shells, or they could say, "Look, there's neighbors." I'm sure when he starts screaming, "Put the gun down," people start coming out looking. That's what people do in Cali.
Yeah, but there's no evidence of any of that now. That
And
is the problem. And you are jumping to conclusion already.
You don't know what there's evidence of because they haven't took it to trial or nothing.
Yeah, but you're just jumping to conclusion, though.
No,
you're
I'm
just
not.
Both of y'all are jumping to conclusions, bro. There's no all of this stuff is private because they investigate themselves. Let's be honest now. It's not a multi-agency investigation because it's not local. This is the feds investigating the feds, so you don't have access to that information.
You can say whatever you want, and if it don't make sense, I'm gonna just tell you you're sounding dumb because
I
didn't say anything. But this is what the ICE
Can y'all hear
agent
him?
said.
Yeah, I hear
Dynus, you are the host. Did I not say this
mic.
is what the ICE agent said?
He was talking over you. I miss you.
That's exactly what you said, Brandon.
Did I not
That's
say
exactly what you said?
what the ICE agent said?
Yeah.
That's exactly what you said.
So I got the Nigerian who ain't never put a toenail on American soil, and then I got this guy who's just being disingenuous.
How about common sense? Did you?
What you don't understand is in a court of law, in a court of listen.
You just
in a
to
court of
Niger, hold on, Brandon. To Niger, common sense is not the goddamn go out there in the parking lot of apartment complex and be shooting a goddamn rifle. That's common sense.
What people should
Americans do it all the time and they don't die for
ask
it.
themselves, Tunija, let me ask you a
talking
question.
about?
Let me
the hell they do. Sometimes goddamn 20 police pull up. That you cannot shoot no gun in no goddamn apartment complex. It doesn't happen. Who told you that shit, Tunija?
The person down in the first chance you get.
Tunija, who told you? Tunija, who told you where people go in the middle of a parking lot of a apartment complex and shoot a gun? That shit doesn't happen.
No one's doing
when
that.
People shoot their gun, they know that they stay on the outskirts. The outskirts, the county, if you stay outside the metropolitan city, the laws change because you're not on because you have your own well, so you don't use the
you don't know what happened, and you're just
we're not talking about what happened. We're talking about what's against the law. It's against the law. It's against the law to shoot a gun in an apartment complex in the city. The end.
Hey, listen.
Is it not against the law to kill somebody illegally?
Who says that he was posing any threat to anyone? Tunija, you don't know what you're talking about. His own family said.
His own family. Look at that. You know, you want to say that. You don't know. Maybe we're just shooting to
his own family. His own family said, we know what he did was against the law. But this is something that happens commonly on New Year's. His own mama said that. So, like I told you, every black person in America knows that the shit is against the law. Why is he doing that in a Dynast? Let me ask you a question. You lived in LA, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you going to shoot a gun off in the air in Northridge, California?
No.
Nigga, that's a white area.
I'm not shooting a gun out there.
Anyone. He was just
anywhere.
Celebrating.
Bro,
Probably.
it is in a white
you know
area.
him, Tunaja. You got his WhatsApp. You got his WhatsApp, Tunaja. You know what he was doing. You know the reason why he was doing it.
Just uncomfortable with the idea.
No, you're what you're doing is you're doing the Obano stew babble assuming.
I'm not. You're just
You're literally assuming. Hey, do they got dictionaries in Igbo? Look at the definition of assuming.
You don't even know whether he has dropped the weapon when he was shot. You don't have
even an
and you don't know either. So why are you assuming?
Why are you throwing him under the bus?
We're not assuming. We're not assuming to Niger. We're saying that what he did was illegal. Illegal, period.
I am not assuming anything. I am stating what the ICE agent said happened. I don't know if the man did it or not. I said the ICE agent said, "Bro, shot."
What did the family member say?
Okay, you got to be quiet. The ICE agent said he pulled the gun on bro. He told him to put his gun down. He said the black dude shot at him. That's all I said. You're talking about I'm throwing this dude under the bus. Honestly, I don't want to live in a neighborhood with this idiot.
What did the family member say? Not only what the ICE agent
I don't
said.
give a damn what his mama say. I don't care what his daddy say.
She wasn't there.
That's my point. You don't care about what the family member say.
He's a criminal. He's a criminal.
You know what, Dynast, that shocks us, man, is that people that don't even stay in the country telling us how shit go down in America.
Hey, guys, hold on. Let me pass. Let's see. Hold on. Let's see if Negro by Blood got it together. Negro by Blood. Go ahead and mute.
Come on, Negro. We hoping for you, bro.
Hey, y'all can hear me better. I hope y'all can hear me.
We still can't hear you.
Oh no, you sound the same.
You sound worse.
Just calling on another device.
You sound like God.
The phone you using, man? You using that sidekick?
Bro,
go ahead, Brandon, man.
Why would anybody be dumb enough to be shooting a gun in the air with a rifle on top of that? People might shoot a pistol. I ain't never saw nobody outside with no rifle shooting in the air. They don't do it. This is stupid, but this is what we do. This is why our group is in decline. You got a bunch of people saying, well, why can't he do this thing that he know he shouldn't do? Well, why should he do this thing that he know could get him killed? Well, why shouldn't he do that? It's stupid. It's like a rat asking, well, why can't I get on the trap and get the cheese? Because you're going to die.
Why I can't get on that sticky paper? Why I can't run across that sticky paper that he got laying down? You get what I'm saying?
This is why Tunija fled Nigeria. Tunija wants to play mental gymnastics game. Tunija, you won't break the law in Nigeria because they'll beat you to a pulp out there, and you'll be looking like
they'll slap them first.
Hold on. If he
dude, you won't break the law in Nigeria, bro. So stop talking. Listen, man. You hold on.
And maybe
you won't break the law in Nigeria, but you want to try to.
You don't know that for sure. You don't know that. You just assume that the ICE is correct.
If you don't like the laws here, it's good.
It's not even on duty. He just went to his house and
gotta like it.
Hey, let me say something. Let me tone it down a little bit, man. You know the funny thing that
we don't have.
Hey, Dynast, you know the funny thing that Tunija said earlier that didn't make sense. He said that he hopes that Donald Trump send Africans back to their country, and they don't want to do that because they would make the country grow stronger. That just shows how ignorant and dumb he is. Like that you would have to wait for. You ain't catch that, did you, Dynast? You ain't catch that when
you know what? I did, but I didn't.
But listen.
I'm sorry, man. I'm from the gutter, man. I catch all type of slick shit like this. Tunija, let me say, Tunija, stop acting like my chicken Edo State, man. Just interrupt them, man. Just wait your turn, man. You gonna get your turn
in his second language.
Like, listen, Niger said that he hoped that they send Africans, they send all of them back, and then the other country would become stronger. And I was like, what type of dumb shit is that? If why would you have to wait for the white man to send you back to your country to make it strong and better when you can goddamn jump on the motherfucking first thing smoking and go over there and make it better? Y'all can get y'all get them susus together. Y'all praying. Y'all pray together on Sunday. The WhatsApp Christians and pray together. You get what I'm saying, man?
Why
The
did
WhatsApp? All I'm saying is that y'all get together. Y'all get together to do everything else. Why y'all don't get together to go over there and make your country better? You get what I'm saying? Why would you have to wait for the white man to force you to leave to go make your country better?
The same reason
I don't understand that.
Let me answer you. There's a reason why during a recession, people tend to leave the country to areas that don't have that recession. The same thing in Africa, things are hard, so people prefer to be in America. But if they are forced to leave America and back to Africa, yeah, those people now with their creative mind, because they are the best ones that tend to leave the continent, they will go and develop their country. I'm telling you, I know because I work with people on the ground.
Okay, but you got to be forced. You got to be forced. To Niger, you got to be forced. You got to be forced to go back home and make
human beings gravitate towards areas of greener pasture, except they are kicked out of there before they go back to where they are.
So with all that intellect in their brain, they can't say, well, we can go back and make our own country greener pastures? Because America wasn't to Niger. America wasn't always green pasture. It was created too on the backs of slaves or whoever backs. But it was a process. So with all that knowledge, with all that education, with all that listen, y'all eat tea and crumpets and shit. Y'all can go back over there and show them how to use forks and shit. Get them out the motherfucking flip-flops. You can get them out the flip-flops and shit. You know what I'm saying? Maybe build up them roads.
If it was so easy to leave, why do you think they are still there? They are not going to leave until they are forced to leave.
That right there. Hold on. Let me make this last statement, Brandon. And Dinus, that right there with to Niger first said when I said that we are the perfect slaves. That Massa had to first force us to come over here and work, and Massa got to force us to go back. We are the perfect slaves.
See, there are two conditions.
I gotta pass the mic. Go ahead, Johnny.
All right, appreciate it, Dennis. I just want to say real quick. I think I get the sentiment that they're trying to say. The truth is, if anybody sees somebody in an active shooting situation and they have a gun, whether they're law enforcement or not, they are able to neutralize any type of target they see like that. So you don't have to be trained law enforcement to do that.
Period.
But
you're not just supposed to neutralize. You have to check.
No. I was saying that. I was saying that to a point earlier.
Nigel, you don't understand how things work.
What is that?
It's amazing. It's amazing. He's still talking.
No. Nigel, I wasn't saying that in regard to what you were saying, Nigel. I'm saying that in regard.
Responding to this dude.
I'm just letting know that comment wasn't to him specifically to what he's saying. I'm just saying.
I know.
Why doesn't Niger go back to Nigeria?
Bro, come on. Let me talk, bro.
Solutions for America. Go to Nigeria and run against Tinubu.
Yeah, I'm just saying that before you throw somebody under the bus, you need to check.
Take your white woman.
No, it's a lot.
To Nigeria.
It's a lot going on. It's a lot going on with that, man. But overall, the guy has put himself in a bad situation that he should not have been in overall. And he's shooting 90 minutes before New Year's, bro. So it's going to be hard to defend him. And the more facts come out, there's no side that he comes out as a good guy unless he was just fired upon, and they planted the gun on him later. That's just how it is. When you're doing wrong and you caught up, man, you can't. You gotta go with the consequences that go with that.
So you could get away.
But my point with ICE overall.
Let Johnny finish.
My point about ICE overall, though, is they are becoming more like a police state. They shouldn't be doing the type of patrols and stuff they're doing with citizens. Yeah.
A police state.
Yeah, that's the wrong word to use, Johnny. That's the wrong word to use.
You sound ignorant because United States citizens are following ICE around.
No, I get. Listen to what I'm saying, bro.
No,
Before you listen, I know what you about to do. You about to try to assign some stuff to me that I'm not saying. Let me just get
that's
to
what
my
you
point, though.
said.
I mean, you
Listen to what
said
I'm telling
police
you.
state is wrong, Johnny. Just you change that. You said police state is the wrong term. I get what you're trying to say, but calling it a police state,
I
that's
meant
you
to.
using it in the wrong context.
Can you let
No,
him speak
yeah,
then?
police state is like a buzzword. I probably should have picked something else to
Yeah,
say
yeah. You've
instead
been
of that.
watching
But my point,
MSNBC.
but my point remains the same, that they need
I
to be
got you.
trained specifically in dealing with immigration and stick onto that.
Yeah,
This
modern.
gives
No,
them
I
no,
get what
no.
you're
this
saying.
gives them
Bro, no, you don't. You sound foolish. They
Yeah.
are trained to do their job, but
bro, cut it out. Their job. This is
bro,
not their job. But let's not
listen
get
to what
off.
I'm
Let me
trying to tell.
finish. No,
There,
because you already said I sound foolish,
no,
and you
dude,
telling me that they're doing
no
their job.
law
This
enforcement
is not their job.
agency is trained to be
Hold
followed
on,
around.
I got to interrupt real quick. So Fitzgerald Stevens, my brother, swears that Hustle Smart and Brandon are the same person.
See,
So
and now we both together.
yeah, he swears y'all the same person. So he's in the chat right now, and watch him text me say, "Nah, I still don't believe it. I still think they're the same person."
Oh my
He
God!
calling
I
you a
literally have.
He
ventriloquist.
swears y'all two are the same
Brandon is a
person.
ventriloquist.
How can we talk at the same exact time? Even
If you ask
ventriloquists can do
Brandon, man,
that.
you got no special skills, my brother.
Fitzgerald swears
Di-
y'all two are the same person.
But
Dynas,
hold on though, before we start that, shout out to Fitzgerald, man, and the Alabama native, Alabama born, Alabama bred. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Fitzgerald. 1890, but you got a white chick though?
yes, he does. Ice
Does it look
Queen.
like? Does it look like
Diners,
I
You
share
got
my
it.
You
private
got
life?
some
the
little
last thing
mini.
I want to say.
Hold
It's
on,
just a yes. It's just a yes or no to Nigel. Do you got a snow queen?
hold on. Let Johnny finish the week's
Does it look
question.
like I share my private
Yeah,
life?
If he said it is no or not. Go ahead, Johnny.
the last thing I wanted to talk about was, I remember yesterday you said that you wanted to do you want to talk about the tether thing and all that. Are you going to
Bro,
get to
stop
that tonight,
changing
or
the
you want?
subject.
Bro, I'm talking to him, not you, bro. Let me finish talking, and you can get back to saying what you're saying.
I forgot
Maybe I could want to change the subject.
what other thing I forgot.
About the whole Tucker Carlson thing with Tariq Nasheed.
Tucker Carlson. We'll do that show tomorrow.
Got you.
All right,
Dinus,
Bro,
Dinus,
I'm not.
Dinus, listen.
Hold on,
What
Johnny's
law
not done yet.
enforcement
Hold on, go ahead.
agency?
No, that's it, bro.
Look,
That's
Let
all I
Johnny
want to
answer
say.
his question, man. Because his IQ level is going down by the second. So go ahead, ask your question, Johnny.
I don't have nothing else to say, bro. I already
good.
explained
Boy,
Do that
everything I
thank
for
was
me.
going to say.
God.
Dinus,
Praise
Dinus,
white
I'm not about to
Jesus.
do. I'm not
Praise
about to do this tonight
Ephah.
with you, bro.
people,
That's why.
listen,
Praise
people,
Ephah. You get what I'm saying?
people love
Wow, you guys are
Dinus.
basically scared the guy out.
The
He,
But
term,
hold
the
on, though.
term,
Hold on, though. Brandon,
sentence.
I'm
before you ask your question,
I'm not scared, bro. I just was making sure that I understood how the flow was going to go. That's all.
I
But
got
I
you.
didn't have
Okay,
nothing else
this
to
is how
say.
the flow
I'm
is
not
going,
talking to you, but
Johnny.
I'm
We
talking to
got
him.
you, bro.
There's no
If you
flow
want
there.
to leave, go. You ain't got to tell us.
That's all.
You can just go or stay. Hey,
here
two
go the
Nigel, but
flow. Take your brain
hey,
out your
you
sock.
got a snow bunny though, two Nigel.
You know he does.
You know, you can ask that question a million times and you're not gonna get one
Ask
answer.
me, I'll tell you because
Your
he's gonna
buddy
come and say
hopping.
it.
Your snow buddy hopping.
Listen, about 3 years
You
ago,
can
Tunai
ask
just
that a
slipped up
million
and said
times.
that he
You're not
had a
gonna get
white
one
wife.
answer.
So you drink your milk with all your dinner. You drink milk with all dinners with all with.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Hey,
So
3
you
years
can
ago,
ask
Tunai
a
just
million
slipped up and
times and
said
you're
he
not
had
gonna
a
White
answer.
white wife.
girls
Her name is
Wow.
really turn me on.
Hey, Dinus,
Wow.
listen. This is black people are the world's worst conspiracy theorists. Anytime they love the word martial law, they love the word government, police state. They love all these words, right? Here's the idiocy of our people. In order for this to be a police state or martial law, the police would have to be coming to our homes. In order for this to be the Gestapo, the police would have to be going to our homes. We are following law enforcement around, agitating them, blocking their cars in the middle of the road, boxing them in. A sniper shot at ICE in Chicago, bro. And they did not immediately lock everybody in their home and say, can't nobody, they didn't even impose a curfew or nothing. These people are idiots. There's nothing near martial law going on.
I think what is going
bro,
on in America
nobody's
now
asking
is
what you
tilting
think, bro. I'm
towards
telling you,
martial law.
if
You
you look
you
at
might
what
you might be
if
oblivious
you look
to
at
it.
if
There
you
are
look
so
at what
many
martial
laws
law, you
Trump
can't filibuster me. So you can keep trying.
Brandon.
If
There
you
are
look
so
at what
many laws
martial
Trump
law
has broken
is,
that they
if
cannot
you
even
look
keep
at what
up.
martial law is, nothing that is happening is even close to martial law. What you have is people trying to trick law enforcement into doing something that they can then scream is a abuse of power. That is it. And just like
we
that,
just heard that
just
your
like
Secretary
the
of War just
superintendent,
committed a war
just
crime
like the
in
superintendent of the
Venezuela.
Capitol
You guys,
PD said,
you don't even know
Larry,
the kind of laws they
look,
are
I'm
breaking. They are
giving
breaking
some
so many
names. I'm
laws
giving
they
some
What?
cannot even chase
Dinus,
people
can
down
you
Hey,
shut
anymore.
Tunisia,
Tunaj up?
which war crime? Which war crime
Can
did
you
he
shut
do?
Tunaj up? He's
Perfect.
just pouring out anything.
It's called perfidy. And
Yeah, whatever.
in other words, they paint their aircraft as civilian aircraft and use it
Tunisia,
to attack people.
if
That is
we
something that
come
is
to
illegal
Germany,
under
What did
international
they
law.
do? Which war crime is it? Tunisia,
Because
I'm waiting for it.
I think it's called perfidy or something like that. Is that
Pepper,
an
I'm
international
saying,
law?
what did they do? What did they do? Tell me what
They
happened.
painted a military aircraft in civilian colors and disguised it as civilian aircraft while it's actually a military aircraft, and they use it to attack those people, those boats, and in Venezuela and kill people. So that is
Okay,
illegal
now
under
let me
international
ask you something, Nigel. Let me ask you something.
let me finish my
Dude,
point.
hold on. Let me say something. Let me give him a little 5-10 seconds, Brandon. And who gonna do something about it, Tanaja?
Yeah, but that's my point. What is happening overseas is happening inside the country too. Trump is breaking a lot of internal laws that they can't even keep up with it.
Okay. Listen. America do all type of shit. They doing covert missions all over. Let me tell you something. Like at my house, I got all type of rules, but it's rules for D, not for me. It's do what I say, not as I do. Until you can let me explain something to you tonight. I'm explaining it to you, and I know you're gonna understand this. All bullshit aside, you know what I'm saying? I just got one question for you. When you want a snack in the house, is this some cut up carrots and celery and olives always waiting for you in your house?
I don't know. What are you talking
Okay,
Because if
now
it is,
let
you
me
ain't
get
got a
to
mic on
the
it.
point. I just had to ask that. I know it's some olives in your refrigerator. Got to be some cut up carrots and celery in your refrigerator. But let me tell you something too, Nigel. And I know you understand this. Until you're gonna knock over one of those aircraft carriers, until you're gonna knock over one of those destroyers, until you're gonna take one of them Titan nuclear Ohio class subs out the goddamn ocean, until you're gonna knock down them F-16s, until you're gonna knock down them F-22, and good Lord, if you see them B-2 bombers coming to you, if you ain't gonna knock one of them down, all you're gonna do is complain. And you being from Nigeria, hold on for a second, Nigel, let me hold on for a second. I'm not gonna say who's right or wrong, because we know America commit atrocities all over. But
And
what
America's
I'm saying
right.
is, who's gonna stop them? You think China? You think China's finna come to Venezuela aid? You think Russia's gonna come to? All these people got nuclear power that can wipe each other out. They don't give a damn about no protests. They don't give a damn about no people complaining. That's one thing, the false sense of security that they do. They make you think your life is important. Your life is important. Let me tell you something. I was in Virginia to Niger, and they got this interstate that go up underwater. You know what I'm saying? So they put us up, they lifted up, and we was all sitting out there in the water, and they pulled the aircraft carrier out to the middle of the ocean. You know what I'm saying? The tugboats pulled it out. Before that motherfucker took off, it was two Ohio class sub came out the ground. The destroyer, it was 3 destroyers came out the ground and 2 strike boats in front of it. And when that motherfucking nuclear warship crunk up, it shook everything. I knew I almost peed on myself, shouted pause. You get what I'm saying? Of the vibration. When that motherfucker's coming to your border, it ain't nothing about rules and regulations. It's whoever the biggest is gonna rule. And until you're gonna beat the big dog make the rules. You can sit up there and complain. Listen, I understand what you're saying about the rules.
Hey, Husband, when he said that this song, she ain't looking for no puppy. She want a big
She's looking for a big dog. She's looking
I'm
for a
just
big
saying that
dog.
Trump is breaking a lot of laws in America
Trump
and
ain't brought up.
internationally.
Listen,
And
what
nobody,
this
they are
guy
not even
doesn't
able to
understand.
keep up with what he's
What
Which law?
Tunisia
Which
does.
law is he breaking in America?
Look,
I
Hustle
can't
Smart.
count. I
Hustle
can't
Smart.
count. It's
What
so
Tunisia does.
many.
No, just tell me one. Tell me one or two. Tell me one or two that he broke.
He can't.
I can't list them. So
Oh, okay.
Hold on. Someone
Okay.
and tariff this that he's doing.
Ditus, that's that pomo, that's that spicy pomo stew
Don't
babble.
worry, now you find out if there is.
Can you imagine, Tunija, if somebody came up here and said, Tunija don't committed all type of crimes, and we say, what crimes did he commit? I can't say what crimes he committed. It's too many.
There are too many. Okay, let me get a list. Since you want a list.
Dinas, look, what Tunija doesn't understand.
Take your time, Tunija.
Hey, what Tunija doesn't understand, because his country changes their constitution every 3 minutes. All these law enforcement agents and the military have taken an oath to defend the Constitution. So if you cannot prove that what Trump has done has violated the Constitution in some way, like there was an idiot in the comments who was like, ICE was created in response to 9/11 because there was an imminent threat. Is there imminent threat? This dummy would realize that the Aliens and Enemies Act that Trump enacted allows him to send ICE into the states. That's what literally it does, because the states themselves have chosen to break the law, which requires them to, when they arrest a violent immigrant, they are supposed to turn this person over to ICE and DHS, and they then deport those criminals. The states are the ones breaking the law. The sanctuary cities are the ones violating the Constitution. That is why ICE is in the cities. And the people in the cities are following law enforcement around. Show me a Jew or a German who followed around the Gestapo. It never happened. Show me any.
This is a guy that is intimidating newspapers and news stations to be paying him off in millions of dollars. And you guys think this is normal?
Listen, man. Listen. Show me a documentary where a Jew is on the documentary saying, yeah, we followed the SS and the Gestapo around with bullhorns and was blowing them in their ear. And we was screaming shit at them and we was blocking them in our cars.
And we had whistles.
They were trembling in fear, hoping that the Gestapo didn't kick their door in and drag them out. Nothing like that is occurring in America. You're disparaging the country because you just want to try to take little shots at America. Listen, if you listen, your African countries are begging Donald Trump to come to their country and help them because they can't help themselves. That's what we know for a fact.
Let me list the areas.
Trump is ending conflicts all over the world in a matter of days that have been going on for 4 years under Biden. You're not going to tarnish Trump. You're just a hater, bro. You're just a hater.
Just liberal talking points.
Hey, let me tell you something. He's a felon already, and yeah, you're acting as if
okay. Tunija, just tell us the crimes. Tunija, just tell us. Tunija, just tell us the crimes, please.
See, he's currently the president, and there are hundreds of lawsuits against him. The areas that they are looking at.
No, not lawsuits. Lawsuits are not a crime.
No, lawsuits are a crime.
Name one of the lawsuits.
No, it's not. That's civil. Tunija, hold on, let me help you out. A lawsuit is
the president.
No. If you break the law,
you can't bring a lawsuit against the president.
You can't bring a Tunija. We're trying to help you out, bro. Tunija, I'm trying to help you out. A lawsuit is civil. It's not criminal.
Okay, fine. If we are talking about criminal stuff, he's already been convicted. But let's move on from that.
No. You said that he's the president and he's committing crimes now. That's what you just said.
Because they are suing him based on so many things that he has done. Hundreds of lawsuits.
We got Tunija. You ain't got the answers. We got to move on.
You ain't got the answers, Sway.
Let me answer.
We're gonna try this again. Oh, he dropped off. Go ahead, Jay.
Oh my God.
Just remember, man, this type of stuff is just for entertainment, man. There's no logic involved. There's no Brandon don't care about no truth, man.
Nah, tell me the truth.
Did you hear what he just said? He said, Brandon's is whatever. Take your time, man. Take your time.
You gonna say that there's no show you a protest of the Hitler regime or something like that?
That's not what I said.
Oh my God!
What do you ask?
Oh my God!
Jay, I gotta pass the mic to Willie. We'll come back.
Can't nobody hear
bro.
Go ahead, Willie.
So I'm gonna keep it short. Like
Straight
I kind
clown
of
shit.
agree with both. I kind of agree with both sides to a degree, because to compare Trump to, the guy with the little mustache, that's insane. Like the differences don't even have to be illustrated. But on the other side, he doesn't have to be a criminal to be a bad leader, to be a bad president, right? I think right now the Democrats are actually working on another round of impeachment. And what I think is going to be the difference here is that the Republicans were united for the first impeachment attempt, right? Right now, Republicans are not united back in Trump. You have the whole America First movement, right? Because a lot of Americans were voting on just America. Make America great again. We don't want to be in Venezuela. We don't want to be in Nigeria. We don't want to take over Greenland. We just want to focus
And
on
really,
making.
if I can interrupt you real quick, do you know the dog? Well, they were trying to pass the Senate. I guess Trump can't do anything more in Venezuela
Yeah,
bill.
yeah.
And they,
In the Senate, yeah, I was Dinus. Sometimes you gotta let fools just with them liberal talking points.
yeah,
You gotta let them talk. I was finna show him how the Republicans is 100% united, and told him to
yeah.
go ahead
No, they're
and
not.
take over Greenland.
Where did you
So
get that one from? They are not
so
united at all.
so I was almost
It
I almost
just
landed.
They
it
I almost
just
landed.
happened
hold on,
today.
just today, the Republicans all came together and shut that shit down.
I
Whoa, no,
almost
no, 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 no. That's definitely not true. There are too many.
Oh my God.
They took a
He's
council
telling
on
you
one
what's
side
not
and they
true
went
from
on the other
he's
side. Not
telling
even
you what's
close to
not
be
true with his
united.
white woman in the UK,
so
Dinus.
Look at
so
this
I
one there.
almost
They are
landed,
not
right?
united.
Dinus,
You can try
I
to
was
Dinus, can
almost
I
explain,
can
but
done.
I
it does
point
not.
out why these guys are
Literally
idiots?
came
I was
together today and shut
almost
that
done,
down.
Dinus.
Dinus,
I
can I
was
point out why
almost
these
done.
guys are idiots?
Let Willie finish and I'll pass back to you. Go
Just
ahead,
let me
Willie.
land. So the fact that I'm making about America First being a movement moving away from MAGA, that's a 100%
But
fact.
Willie, you literally just ignored what we just said.
I heard what you said,
Okay, so
right?
that
So
whole
hold on,
American
hold on,
first,
hold on. Hear
but
me
that
out.
whole American first argument is null and
two
void.
things two things can be true at the same time, right? So what I'm saying to you is you have people like Marjorie Taylor Greene literally leaving their position, right, to distance themselves from MAGA and Trump. Why?
He's in the
Because she's
house,
hold
Willie.
on, yo, can I just finish, bro? I'm
You
not gonna be
talking
long.
about the Senate?
I'm
The
not
Senate will have to convict them.
I'm not
Are
gonna
you?
be
Are you?
long,
Do
bro.
you know
You'll
civics?
understand the point if you allow me to
Oh
make it.
my
I'm not gonna
God,
be
Willie,
long.
bro.
you have no point.
I'm talking about politics as a whole.
You're talking
Anyone
about Marjorie Taylor Greene.
God damn, can I finish? Can I just finish? Right? I'm talking about
But
politics
he
as a
dudes
whole.
love white women,
All
don't
right,
they?
never mind. Go ahead.
Oh, awesome. Thank you. Hey, Dinus, look, Vladimir Putin invaded Ukraine, right? Everyone in the world was like, he's a criminal, war crime, blah, blah, blah. Is Vladimir Putin in jail right now? And the United States is significantly more
You think you
powerful than
said
Russia.
something deep?
They could
You think
listen, bro.
you
You
think
wasted your breath. It
You
don't
think
matter
Putin is
what.
the first
Listen,
world leader to
it
commit
doesn't
war
matter what
crimes
Trump
and not be
does, bro. Let me
convicted?
tell you something. When
Right
they wanted,
now, they're
you
talking
just
about
said you was gonna
convicting
shut up. Now you
Bibi
talking again.
Netanyahu. Yeah, you cut me off, so
Listen,
I'm
bro.
cutting you off.
Listen,
Right
that's okay.
now, they're talking about Bibi Netanyahu has committed war crimes, right?
Who
Is
Has
is
he in
he
they?
been
jail?
arrested?
Who is they?
Is he
Has
Who
in
is
he
they,
been
jail?
Willie?
arrested?
He
Who
Has
is
can't
he
be
they,
been
arrested.
Willie?
arrested?
He can't be arrested.
Willie, who is
What?
they? Who is they?
The world
What?
Oh my
leaders,
God.
world leaders,
What? Dinus,
world
Dinus,
man,
leaders.
come
Dinus.
on.
Let
What are
me
you
He's
show
in
you
talking
the
how
about?
world.
ignorant these people are, bro. When Trump was charged
I'm
in
talking about
Georgia,
Angela
when
Merkel.
Trump
I'm talking about a
when
lot of
Trump was
different
charged
world
in
leaders.
Angela
Georgia,
Merkel. Oh
when
Lord.
Trump was
Yes,
charged
she's a
in
world
Georgia,
leader.
do you know
This is
that the
goofy.
Secret Service would not even let them put this man in handcuffs at all? They had to let him walk in
So
there.
that was my point about Putin, why
Dude,
your point
you're
was so
not
stupid.
touching the president of the
That was my
United States,
point
bro. You can
about
say whatever
Putin.
you want.
See, but here's the difference. I wasn't talking. I started by
Tell us the
saying,
difference, Willie. Come
I
on. Come
started
on.
Tell
by
us about
Come
the
on,
gun
Willie.
saying,
Tell
line,
us the
boss.
I
difference.
started by saying I
Uh-huh.
can take criminal out of it, right?
Okay.
I can take criminal charges out of it. I can take anything crazy out of it
hmm
because I agree with you, right? The
Okay, Willie,
Putin,
get to the
the
point, man.
BB,
We
the
got you.
BB.
We
No,
got
no,
you,
no. I
Willie.
gotta take it. You're a remedial nigga, so I gotta take it
No,
slow. I don't want
we
you to.
don't need
I don't want you to
and there
confuse
go
what I'm
your
saying.
tariff.
Whoa. That's it. That's a $10. That's a $10. That's a tariff.
Immediate
I shouldn't
termination.
serve.
That's a tariff.
Listen,
Cause I know you got a lot of money, Wall
Diamond,
Street Willie. You wouldn't even
these
name
people,
yourself Wall Street Willie if you ain't got $10,
these
would you?
people conflate subjective with objective, right? Subjective is your opinion. Objective is the law. Donald Trump, by law, is within his right to do whatever he does. We break it down. We talk to y'all and explain it to you. Just because you don't like the law doesn't mean the law is going to disappear so that you could feel better, bro.
You guys have an extraordinary
You
grasp of the
can't
obvious.
name one war crime Donald Trump has committed.
You have an extraordinary grasp
You
of the
can't name
obvious.
Dinus. I
So
will
that's
get his
why
dude
I started by
$100.
saying I will separate criminal
I
from
will
the
donate
conversation.
$100 to
I
your
realize
show
the rest of y'all
if this
aren't.
dude tells us one war crime Donald Trump committed.
So again, that was never my
Willie,
argument.
hold on. I'm trying to get $100. Willie, name the war crime so I can get my $100. You still owe me 10, but make that 110. Go ahead.
What I'm saying to you was I started my conversation by saying I'm taking criminality out of it. Right? So that's not
Big
that
money
was
Will,
never my argument.
Big money Will, you still talking and you ain't coughed up that $10 yet?
You know, bro, I'm
Name
driving,
one
man.
war
It's
crime.
$10. I've done business with Dinus. He ain't stressing it because he know how I do. So relax.
Willie, get Dinus $100 by naming
I got you,
one
bro.
war
I'm
crime
driving.
or telling us how Trump has violated the Constitution.
What part of my argument don't you
Wall Street Willie,
understand,
we
Goofy?
can't let you talk until
This
you
is why
come up out
y'all are
that money,
goofy.
bro. We
This why
can't
y'all are
let you
goofy,
talk.
man.
You can't let you talk. Now you talking about you driving. You know what I'm saying? Cut
Yeah,
it
I'm
out, bro.
driving.
Come up
Yeah, I'm
off that
driving.
$10, bro. Hey,
What part of driving don't you understand?
pull over
Yeah,
and
I'm driving.
no, I'm saying pull over and pay that
Man,
$10.
pay
You can
your
do
Bell
that.
money, bro.
What are
You can
you
do
talking
that.
about?
What,
I got
it ain't nothing
$10.
but an app.
I
The
got
Cash App,
$10.
you can do that driving.
I got $10.
People text all day, Willie. I text and talk all day. You can't pull up the Cash
Yo,
App and
y'all
put
got
10
y'all
and
gotta
click
be
on Dinah's
super.
name and send it.
Yo, bro,
Hey,
respectfully.
guy, let me read these super chats real quick. Mr. Sandman, thank you
Don't
for
make up
$49.
excuses, bro.
Hold on. ICE was created as part of the Homeland Security Act of 2002 following the September 11 attacks. What's going on? Is there an imminent attack
That
brewing?
sound like some Sandman shit right there.
Shout out to Fitzgerald Stevens at Find Ways to Win. Amir, thanks for getting Brandon and Simp Police on the show. Love that guy.
Anytime we can help, Fitzgerald. Anytime, my brother. You from Alabama. You the next state over from Georgia, man. All they got to do is take 80 West and I can pull up on you, man. Let's get the squirrels, let's get the possums, and let's get the turtles together and make a gumbo, man. We're going to do it old-fashioned style, bro.
And also, listen, Fitzgerald just texted me and said, Willie, you have not come up with that $10 spot. So Fitzgerald on you now, too.
Hey, I don't understand why this man won't get you $100. Dinus, when I got my bonus from my job, right? I posted on Facebook. I said I got $2,500 right now for anybody who could prove a crime that Donald Trump committed, or as president, or any way he violated the Constitution. Nobody ever responded, Dinus. I put that for the public. These people literally are just saying anything that they hear on the news, and they get mad when you ask them to give you any type of evidence.
Hey, Bernie, is piracy a thing? Because when you steal oil tankers, that's an act of piracy. When you use your military to steal oil tankers from a sovereign
he didn't
country.
take a single thing off of those oil tankers. He did a blockade.
Man, they took the oil tankers, bro. They got the video
of the oil tankers.
They got the video of the oil tankers, bro.
He did
It's called a blockade. Prestige, do you know what?
Play how goofy your argument is. If there were war crimes that he could be proven
there's
to have
sanctioned
committed,
blockades,
he'd be convicted already.
Bro, hey, Wall Street Will, have you dropped them $10 yet, bro?
I'm about to drop 20 and drop you.
Bro, drop 100 and he'll kick me off. Drop me 100 and he'll kick me off. Drop me 100, Wall Street Willie.
I'm gonna drop a dime and make you
no. Drop 100 and he'll kick me off. But we ain't gonna let you talking. We ain't gonna let you talk until you pay up, Wall Street Willie. You the one with the ski mask on in your pick. You the one with the ski mask on your pick. We ain't giving you nothing until you pay what you owe, boy.
You a goofball, bro.
Hey, Prestige, it's called the blockade and a
And notice,
sanction. So
these
that's
are the
what it
Trump
is. So
followers.
think about it like this.
These are
Think
the
about it
black
like this.
Trump
If
followers.
you take
Straight
away
goofballs.
the
Black Trump
criminal
followers
aspect
can't
of
make
it,
a
Dinus,
coherent
then how in
argument.
the hell you gonna
All they
impeach
could do is
somebody
ball
if
gawk.
you take the criminality
All the Trump
off the
black
table, bro? You know what I'm
fans,
saying? But
because
Wall
that's
Street
all you
willing, it's
goofies
okay,
are, a
man.
bunch of
So while you
fans.
doing all
All the
that
black
talking,
Trump
you could have
fans
dropped that
can't make a
$10,
coherent
bro.
argument.
It
They're
ain't that hard,
goofballs.
man. It's just
They're
a 1 and a
goofballs.
0. Hit 1 0 send, man. It ain't but 3 taps. You don't know how
They're
to tap. You
goofballs.
don't know how to tap on your
Brandon.
phone 3 times.
Hey, Brandon. Hey, Brandon.
Yeah.
So blowing up boats in the middle of the Caribbean Sea and not posting evidence or giving the people the due
Jesus
process
Christ,
to
man.
even prove that they had drugs on the boat and just blowing it up and killing them. That's not a war crime.
Why
Okay.
would they give them due
Wait,
process?
Hustle
Were
Smart. Hold
they
on,
in
Hustle
America?
Smart. Hold on, Hustle Smart.
Hey, yo,
Democrat
Giants, bring the
lawmaker
Africans back,
Jim,
man, because these
you gotta let me
FBAs are
answer the
goofballs.
question. You gotta let me answer the
Bring the
question.
Africans back.
You can't answer Dinus.
Bring that
Dinus, can I answer
$10
this?
back,
Too
you
nice,
silly
Dad.
goofy.
Dinus, can I answer this? Dinus, can I answer this?
Yeah, go ahead.
You
Listen,
even laugh slow.
Democrat lawmaker John Fetterman was invited to a meeting with the military, with Pete Hegseth. He came out of the meeting. He's a Democrat. He said they have overwhelming evidence to prove that these were drug boats. He said they just could not release the evidence because they were afraid that members of Congress who were sympathetic to the Venezuelan government would give the information up and would put the lives of soldiers in danger. A Democrat has said that he has seen the overwhelming evidence. I think it was 2 of them, actually. The military has the evidence because if they did not, they would be at risk of being placed in jail by the Supreme Court, who can rule it unconstitutional. They are doing things. These are sensitive operations. They get the evidence, they carry out the operation. This is not something that is privy to the public. That is not a crime. If it was
privy
a court,
to the public.
eventually,
the indictment is public. I read the indictment.
We have something, Dinus, we have something called the Freedom of Information Act. In a few years, they will release the
indictment is public,
like they always do.
The indictment is public. I read the indictment. I'm
what
in
indictment,
no way
bro?
defending Maduro.
What indictment?
What indictment?
I'm
you
in
just
no
asked about
way.
drug boats.
I am in no way defending Maduro.
What indictment?
I'm just talking about the false information
I'm not talking to you, Willie. I'm
it's
talking
not
to
gonna tell. I bet you're not talking to me because
Yeah, we're not talking to you, Willie,
Y'all
till you
don't
come up with
wanna
that
talk to
$10,
me.
bro. We're not
Y'all
listening
don't
to
wanna
nothing
talk
that
to
you
me.
say
what's
till you
crazy?
drop them
Fear me.
$10. We
Bring
know
the
you don't came up to
Africans
a
back.
red light
These
or something.
FBAs are
We're not
dumb.
talking to you, bro. We ain't listening to nothing your whole ass say until you pay up them $10, boy. I ain't never seen a dude duck $10.
Dinus, do you know what's crazy? When you ask these dudes a direct question, they never have the answers. But when someone does answer a question, they always want to interrupt.
But you didn't answer any question.
I gave you a direct answer.
I answer every question asked.
I gave you a direct answer, sir.
What indictment? What indictment? Because I ain't hear about no indictment. Which indictment?
There is a public indictment on Maduro that states every reason why they saw him
What
as a
we
criminal
talking about? No
and went
damn,
and
boy. Shut
arrested
your
him.
ass. Have you
You
paid
asked
that
me a
$10
question,
yet,
can I
man?
answer?
No,
You asked me a
no.
question,
I
can
didn't
I
know you
answer?
asked the question. You can't ask no
I didn't
question till you
ask you
pay
no
that $10.
question. I didn't ask you no question.
I didn't know it was from you.
Yeah,
his
You
you
ass
owe
gonna
out.
run
money.
over this $10. You gonna keep talking about
You
this little
owe
$10.
money.
I
You
know
owe
you
money.
broke.
What you
bro.
pay
What that
up
got to do
then?
with you?
Your
Me and
president
What you
Dinus
told
have
pay
you
up
done
then?
business.
Man,
Dinus
What
ain't
you
what
worried
you
pay
about
up
mean?
that
Why
then?
not
$10.
$10, bro?
of drug
Bro, we
What you
wasn't
Why
even
pay
you
talking
up?
why
about
you ain't
Maduro,
get
bro.
$10, Brandon?
Dinus ain't worried
What
about
you
that
pay
Man,
up?
$10.
fuck them $10,
What you
bro.
talking
Man,
about?
cough
Pay
up
that
those
money.
$10, you bum.
Man,
Pay
fuck
up
them
then.
goddamn
Cough up those
$10, bro.
$10 since you know
Y'all
so
niggas.
much.
What $10 gonna
Pay
do, man? We
up.
Yo,
all
I'm
grown
starting to
ass
think
Pay
men.
y'all are
up.
liberals. Because y'all act
Pay
like
up,
What the
fag
bro.
fuck you
homosexuals.
talking about
I think
$10,
y'all are
bro?
liberals.
Run
These
your
guys
mouth.
are filibustering,
Y'all are
man. They
out here acting like
filibustering,
God
man.
damn,
homosexuals.
No, we
bro.
want
Pay
Here
Donald.
we off
up.
Donald make
topic,
money.
bro.
They
I
filibustering,
swear
man.
I
They
think
We
y'all
Pay
are
up,
off
homosexuals.
man.
topic.
sign on
they
thing. You're
trying
not
to
allowed
put
to
flesh.
kidnap a president.
Why
America
you ain't
sign on
paid that
a law.
$10 yet, man?
Man,
You're
there's
not
too
allowed to
many people.
kidnap a president.
Hey, we off
Yet
topic, dog.
America,
Nobody give a
your
fuck
war
about
with
them
China.
$10,
To
man. You ain't finna
Hustle
Niger.
Smart
get
said the
anything.
N word earlier. He ain't
Hey,
got
let
Hey,
me
to
nothing.
ask you this,
Niger.
Dinus.
Hustle Smart said the N-word earlier. He ain't
Hustle
paying his
Smart.
money.
To Nigel, where the white women
Hustle
at?
Smart said the N-word
They
earlier.
break
He
your
don't pay his
God,
money.
God, man, get up, man, get
Hustle
off that
Smart,
thing, man.
and you
said the
excusing
N-word
him.
earlier. He didn't
Hustle
pay
There's
his
Smart.
a
What?
money.
law that says
But
you are
now
not
you
allowed to kidnap
filibustering. You
a
filibustering,
president.
man.
Hustle Smart.
You
And
guys
Trump
ain't
did
serious.
in Modibo.
Dinus, did y'all see the Black Panther Party out there going at ICE over illegal immigrants?
That's not the Black Panther Party.
Did y'all
That's
see
not the
these
Black Panther Party.
idiots?
That's not the
Did you
Black
see
Panther
these
Party.
moronic coons? They talking about immigrants is our people too, bro. Bro, listen to me, bro. Black
Doom.
people are
Are there
gone
black
mentally,
immigrants?
bro.
Are there black
Doom.
immigrants? Are there black immigrants?
No, they were out there with
Are there black
Hispanics, bro.
immigrants?
They were
Are
out
there
there with
black immigrants? You're not
Hispanics,
There are
bro.
answering no
black
question. You're
immigrants now. Come on,
filibustering,
you know
bro.
that.
Man,
There are
You're
they
Doom.
was
African,
out there
filibustering.
with
Caribbean, and
Hispanics.
Are
They
there
even
black
African
said Mexicans.
continent.
immigrants?
They even said
Are there
Venezuelans
black
by name. The
immigrants? You
leader said
They are doing
filibustering.
Venezuelans.
he's importing
You
black people while
filibustering.
he's importing white
You
people from
guys'
South Africa.
argument
You
is
don't know
You guys,
anything
don't care
man,
about the
about
Black
facts.
Panther
you just
You
Party.
don't
support
care about
him blindly.
figures.
You don't
You
even
just
know what he's doing.
just
But
spout
not that
stuff.
it
You
matters
don't
anyway.
read nothing.
Listen,
Personally,
man,
I like him
you don't
deporting
know
Africa.
what you're talking
Man,
about.
Filibustering, bro.
who's that whispering, man? Who's that whispering, man? You need to
Dinus.
get you a mic or something,
The
bro.
Black Panther Party was formed as a party that sought to be part of the American government. They wanted to be a party within the American political arena. They never talked about leaving America. They never talked about going to Africa. None of that. Huey P. Newton loved white women and cocaine. That's what he
Did
loved.
they
Damn,
talk
too,
about
Nigel. You so
acquiring
kid.
power?
You
Did they
so
talk
kid
about
to him,
acquiring
too,
power?
Nigel.
Tonight
You're
just
a
Ken and Huey
descendant of
Newton. They both love those white
Did
women.
they talk about
where the
They
white
love people
women
right off
at?
their
did they
back.
talk about acquiring power? I don't
They
know what
call
this
it double white.
Sid is
Hey,
talking about. Sid,
hey,
you
too,
need to stop,
Nigel. Hold
man.
on. Now, I got a serious question for you. All bullshit aside, because I don't like stereotypes, right? I don't like stereotypes. To Nigel,
Hey, 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 Brandon.
when
Hey,
the
Brandon.
white
Hey,
woman
Brandon.
hair get wet, does it smell like wet
Hey, hey,
dog?
hey, 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 Brandon. So the double tap won a war crime.
Which
Well,
double tap?
It's not a war crime to them. They don't care.
What double
Man,
tap?
that's
it's a war
some
crime in
bullshit
American
though.
law.
That's
Which
some
double tap?
bullshit. When
It's
the
Which
a
double
motherfucker
tap?
crime
is
in
clinging to
American
the
law.
record
Which double tap?
and they still
Prince
strike them.
Steve, go arrest them then. Go get the Democrats to bring up charges then.
What are you talking about?
Just told you.
Man, they can't do nothing.
Don't
But
care.
Them
then,
boys can't do nothing.
what are you gonna do, Prince Steve? What are you gonna do about it?
This is
But I'm just
ridiculous.
saying,
They are
it's a
breaking
war
the
crime
laws,
though.
and
Who's at war
Okay.
crime? Who's at
So
I'm just
it's
war?
a
saying it's a war
crime.
crime.
Who's
It's a
at war?
crime in your mind. So what are you gonna do about it?
If they want to nuke
Hey,
Venezuela, that's fine
what
with
I
them.
do
They don't care.
know, what I do know is if
Nothing that's
somebody
done
is
can
a
be a war crime to them.
non-combatant
They don't care.
or they got
God
their
damn,
hands
John,
up,
let
you
Prince
ain't
Steve
supposed to
talk,
shoot.
bro. Shut your whole
You
ass
don't
up.
you don't
Go
shoot them.
ahead, Prince Steve.
You don't shoot them. Now I learned that even back at Paris Island. Like
You said what? What did you just say?
What,
if somebody's
say that one more
unarmed.
time. Repeat yourself again, Prince Steve. You had Sugar Mama Jai over here talking. Go ahead, say what
Oh
you just
yeah.
said again.
I learned that at Paris Island, and that's what they teach you in the military. You
What are
know,
you talking about,
if
bro?
somebody got their hands up, or somebody's a non-combatant, like they're not engaging in combat with you, you don't supposed to strike them.
He didn't
So,
have
Okay.
their hands up.
hold on. What,
You
Mike? So
you,
then
you
Prince Steve, hey,
supposed
hold
to
on.
take
Then Prince Steve, every single president has committed a war crime.
every single one. Absolutely.
Okay. So then, what are you talking about then?
What war crime is he talking about?
Which one is Obama's war crime,
Oh, the
please?
double tap. That's definitely a war crime.
What double
So what
tap?
about? Hold on. What about dropping? Hold on. Prince Steve, let me ask you a question. What about dropping bombs over Gaddafi house?
That's a war crime.
That's not a war
Okay,
crime.
then. So all of them do it. So what's your
That's
point?
not a war crime. It's a target. It's
What
a
are you
war
talking
target.
about? Dinus.
Hey, Brandon. I'm just giving him space to land, bro. I'm just giving him space to land this
Hustle Smart.
invisible plane.
Barack Obama killed American citizens in the Middle East with no trial or nothing. He bombed them to death.
Yeah, but was
with
it not
no
the law?
due
Was it
process.
not an American law? It was
But
part of
but
American
here's
law.
here's the thing though.
Barack
Wasn't part of the
Obama,
Patriot Act?
listen, Barack Obama bombed
Were
a man
these
from
American
Colorado
citizens enemy
and his
combatants?
son. Listen, bro.
No.
Barack
Were these
Obama
American
bombed
citizens enemy
Barack
combatants?
Obama. Listen, bro. Barack Obama bombed
Were
a man
these
from
American
Colorado
citizens
and another
enemy
man from New
combatants?
Mexico in the Middle East, killed them with no type of
Were
trial,
they
due process,
enemy
nothing.
combatants? Were they fighting
Boy,
for
man,
They
what
the
you
were not
shut your
opposition?
fighting.
stupid ass up?
They were not
Were they
fighting.
fighting for
We're
the
not answering your
opposition?
question, John. We're not answering your
You see,
question.
you
Period.
guys are fine with someone getting shot in America, right? But then you don't want an American getting shot overseas for
I don't
fighting
care if he
with
does or
against the
not.
country.
What are you
Or you
What?
just saying something you don't
Well,
care. You guys don't
Hey,
care.
Prince Steve, what? And so all of them commit. All president do it. If Donald Trump did it, then now what's the problem then?
He
What's
just don't like
next?
Donald Trump.
You know what I think? You know what I
Tell me.
really think?
Mhm.
Yes,
All them international laws is bullshit. Ain't no real international
There
law.
you go, Prince Steve.
Everything from
Prince
the
Steve.
Geneva Convention, to the United Nations panel, all that shit bullshit. Because if you don't enforce shit, then ain't no fucking law. Ain't no order. In order to have law, you gotta have order. You gotta enforce that shit. And these
Obama
motherfuckers
was
ain't arresting
allowed by
nobody.
law. He was
Prince
allowed
Steve,
by
Prince Steve, let me say this. Well, hold on to Nigel. Let me say something to my brother. Listen, Prince Steve, you got a house, right? You got a house, your apartment or something like that?
Yeah, I got a career, I got a house.
Okay, you got a career, right? You set whatever rules you want to set, right? For the house, right?
Yeah,
Who's the only person that can break them without any type of penalty?
nobody.
You, you, Prince
Oh,
Steve.
then my house. Then my house. But
That's
ain't
the
nobody
point that
even
I'm making.
goddamn.
That's you got to listen to that now. Listen to that now. I'm stitching it together. America, this is America runs the world. The end. Runs the world. All those agreements,
No,
all
no,
those
no,
according to
no,
you.
no,
Hold
no,
on,
no.
Rich D, let me say something, bro. The UN wouldn't be shit if America was to take their money out the UN. The UN would be like goddamn the Black Panthers. America runs the UN. America puts the most money. America, who do you think they buy their weapons from? Prince Steve, the UN. America sell them used weapons, used shit that they don't want
Oh,
no more. So what I'm
I
saying
agree with you on
is,
that.
so what I'm saying is, the UN is America's house. The goddamn they building is in New York.
without
How
the
the hell
Now,
UN. America
the
has
you
no
what
empire.
I'm trying to tell you?
even though you say that we run the world, there are boundaries.
What
Like
boundaries?
Prince
we ain't
Steve,
just
he
go
has
fly
Prince
no
Steve, Prince
we ain't
Steve,
just
Prince
boundaries.
go.
Prince
Steve,
Steve,
Prince Steve. What
Prince
boundaries
Steve,
is
he
at your
has
house, bro?
no boundaries.
Tell me
I'm
the
no
boundaries
no
at your
no.
house, Prince Steve.
What I'm
To
saying
him,
is
America can do
dog.
whatever it wants.
Yeah.
It
What I'm
can run the
saying
world
is
all on
we
its
can't
own.
do
America
everything we
doesn't need
want
any
without
help. That's what he's
consequences.
saying. He doesn't
That is
care.
telling
Then
you he's
who's
We
gonna?
pro-American.
can't
Then
do
who's
everything
the
we
Prince
want
Steve? Prince Steve, let me ask you
without
a simple
consequences.
question. Prince Steve, let me ask you a simple question. Who's gonna stop them?
So you think we could just fly F-22s
Prince
over
Steve,
Russian
that ain't what
That's
I
airspace?
what
asked
he's
you, my
saying.
brother. Prince
You
Steve,
think
America
we
that's
gonna
has
not
fly
the
no
question that I
F-22s
asked
over
you.
Russian
Prince
I
airspace without
Steve.
some
said,
shit happening?
Prince
America has to
Steve,
leave
Prince
Afghanistan.
Steve,
If you
I
think America
said,
can go up against the whole
who,
world, what are
Prince
you saying?
Steve, who's gonna stop them? Just answer me that.
America had to leave Afghanistan after 20 years.
Russia
You
can
think America will
stop
go
Hey,
up
them.
against the whole
China can
world? What are
stop
man,
you
fuck
them.
saying?
North Korea
Afghanistan,
can
man.
stop them.
That's what I'm saying. There's
That
no
one was shit.
logic. There's no
That war was
thinking.
not
There's no.
intended to be won.
You,
That
Yeah.
war was to make
Hey,
military
Prince
industrial
Steve, don't
Sim,
get
contractors
off
sim,
top.
sim,
profitably.
sim,
Don't
there's
let
sim,
no
them
sim,
distract
logic.
you,
This
sim,
Prince
is
sim,
Steve.
back
sim,
off
sim,
bullshit.
sim. Let me say
Don't let
something. Let me
them
say something to
distract
you.
you off
That
the
Because
makes
point.
no
Sim,
Prince
sense.
sim, sim,
Steve,
sim.
who's
Hold on
Prince
gonna
now,
Steve,
Sim.
stop
Let me
don't
them?
say
listen
something.
Who's
Now,
to
let me
gonna
say
him.
check
Don't
something.
agree
America,
Let
with
me
Prince
tell
what
you
Steve?
who's going to stop them.
Afghanistan.
Let me tell you who's going to stop them.
Who
See,
gonna check
you are
America?
thinking
I
that
mean,
America is
America
standoffish.
had to leave
Hold on. Let me say
Afghanistan.
my piece. Let me say
Afghanistan
my piece. Let me say this so I will quiet Sim down. You think
had to
America is
leave
standoffish, but
Vietnam. What is the guy
what you
saying?
forget is that if America takes a country like Russia on today, America will not be superpower anymore because China will become superpower automatically. You have to understand there is
You're using
hold
hypotheticals.
on. No,
Listen,
you
you're
say who
using
can stop America?
I
I'm
tell
telling you
you
that
You
what,
use a
smaller
hypothetical
nations
about
can stop
someone getting
America.
choked and
Let
not
me say
following your house
something. If
rules.
America,
You use a hypothetical.
If Russia is America's number one enemy, but let me tell you something, because Russia don't feel that way. Have you ever heard Putin talk? He's like, I ain't get Russia, he
So now
like
you're
America.
saying, oh,
Hold on,
Russia
let
can
me,
stop them, but
damn,
Russia
to
doesn't
Nigel,
mean to stop them.
let me finish
Russia
talking.
doesn't mean to stop them. That's your
We
excuse now.
have this thing in America where Russia is our number. We say that, but it's actually China. That's just what they put. They
Iran
hold up
goes
to
all out
Niger,
against America, America
to
will
Niger. Can I
destroy
please
the
to
country.
Niger?
I mean, that would be
Can I please make a point, bro? And you can come back with it. This is what I'm
You
saying.
hogging the
In
mic, man. You
America,
hogging the mic. Nobody letting you
in
talk, man. You
America,
hogging the
it's
mic.
like this. The media only talked about Russia being our number one adversary when Trump came in. Before Trump, it was China. Because
You
of the
hogging the
intellectual
mic, bro.
properties and
You
all that.
hogging the
They
mic.
didn't talk about hey Dinus, am I right or wrong? Did they talk about Russia as much before Trump got in office?
We started talking about Russia after they invaded Ukraine. What are you saying?
If Iran
And who did
all out against America,
That's not true at all.
that's not true at all.
In
Stupid.
2016, when Trump was running for office, they're trying to impeach him for Russian collusion.
When did Russia go into Ukraine?
Under Biden, stupid.
Russia didn't go to
in
Ukraine
2014, idiot.
No, oh Lord.
Oh my God, bro.
Look it up. In 2018,
Bro,
look it up.
hey, Dinus, you remember I told you yesterday we go to talking about one thing and he go we talk about an occupation, we talking about a full out war, stupid.
Tim, do you know why
it
the US
doesn't
called
matter.
for a
It's
ceasefire?
Oh my, of course it doesn't matter. Facts doesn't matter.
Definition of
Hey,
war.
Dinus. Hey,
Look at
Dinus,
the
facts
definition
don't
of
matter, bro.
war.
Facts don't matter, Dinus. Occupation and a war, it don't matter, Dinus. They both the same.
Do you
They
know why?
both.
You don't want nobody use a hypothetical, but you use
Iran was
hypotheticals.
fighting Israel? Do you know why the US calls for a ceasefire? Because they were running out of missiles. See,
who was running out of missiles?
US was dangerously running low on missiles.
Hey, to Niger. Let me help you out. Help you out. Up there in Missouri, let me tell you something, Niger. Up there in Missouri, because I deliver, they got these about 20 mountains up there where they don't all built them out of for American story. They got six of the mountains that you can't even get to. The only one that we can get into is the food. You go in, you drop, the thing drop you down maybe 30 or 40 feet ground. You come in there, they got indoor plumbing, they got air conditioned, everything for food. They got livestock, they got plants in there. To Niger, they even got, I was delivering blood. They got trailers of blood. Bang, you look inside and look like some shit from Ultron. They got missiles stored up in there. They got oil stored up. They're not yakking on any missile to Niger.
Let me read something here.
It takes a certain amount of time
the United States military has weapons that you ain't never seen before in the world.
Never.
1 second, guys. Let me read something.
But it doesn't mean
we don't want your sis ass to read nothing.
You know other people have them too.
But nobody don't want your sis ass to read nothing.
Let me read something.
Damn.
Oh my God! You don't listen.
No, we don't want to hear. We don't want you to read nothing.
You understand?
We don't want you to read a goddamn thing.
And is ongoing.
To Niger, I just want you to tell me who's gonna stop America. Who's gonna stop us?
How did Vietnam stop America? How did Afghanistan stop America? What are you saying?
See, you don't have to defeat America. You just have to weaken it enough.
Hold on.
I don't understand what this guy's saying.
Hold on. Who the fuck keep talking about Afghanistan? Because I'm gonna tell you what that Afghanistan war was about. The Afghanistan war was about, it was to make the military industrial contractors record profits. The military industrial complex needs a steady flow of money. When there's wars, that's not even a real war. Let's be honest. That's not even a real war. That was a scrimmage. There's a difference between a war and a scrimmage.
Prestige, they ain't gonna listen because they was even to the point with the Afghan war was that they couldn't even attack unless they was being attacked. You get what I'm saying? That ain't a war. That's not a war.
Man, I got a lot of buddies that got deployed to Afghanistan. We killed way more of them than they killed us. As a matter of fact, we could just desolate that whole place. We didn't do it. We just wanted to keep the war going, to make profits, and to get the opium seeds. That's really what it was about.
We all know that, but yet we still left with and
I don't call this shit a loss. I don't call this shit a loss. It's more of we were uninterested in to keep it going. It got too expensive and too costly. But it was to really make the military industrial contractors money.
By the way,
By the way, America
We
didn't
did
go.
not lose that shit.
By
It
the way,
wasn't a real war.
Steve, you got to remember you're talking to immigrants. You're
by the
talking
way,
to immigrants,
America
bro.
didn't go to
You got to
Iraq and
just listen
Afghanistan
to his voice,
by
Prince
themselves.
Steve. You're
America
talking
went
to
as far.
immigrants that
America
coming
went.
from third world
America
countries
went.
that think that somebody can fuck with America. Like, think about it. America got 16 aircraft carriers. The most any other country has is 3. Close.
Dog, we
You
wiped
know how
out
big your
Saddam's
China
ocean is,
have
army
bro.
more ships
twice.
than the US,
We
China,
wiped out
you have
Saddam's
You
more
said
army
what
ships
now,
twice.
too,
than the
Niger?
US.
They
China
had
is
to go
building
to
more ships
guerrilla
than the US
warfare.
right now. You don't know
China
that.
has more what?
China is building more ships, warships than the US right now.
China has small. It doesn't matter. They have
It
small
has
ships.
more
These
and
are
it's building more ships.
to Niger. These are small ships.
China
Aircraft
has
carriers.
aircraft carrier
No.
killers.
Small ships cannot destroy a country.
Yeah, but China has
Hold on, to
aircraft carrier
Niger.
killer
To
missiles.
Niger. Let me explain
No,
something to you.
it will just
To
destroy the aircraft
Niger.
carrier very,
I
very
know
quickly.
about that. I know about it. So they building more ships because they're gonna surround Taiwan and take it. They ain't building that for America because they know they can't fuck with
They have more
America.
ships than the US right now.
You know why they built them? They built them to surround Taiwan because they finna
Oh
take
my
it.
God.
Dog,
You have
You think
no
so?
idea what you're talking about.
dog.
Hold on,
Cruisers.
Hold on, Prestige. Let me handle this one real quick. If the aircraft carriers package, their strike package can take out a whole country. Just one strike package. We talking about one aircraft carrier, 2 destroyers, 3 gunboats, and 2 nuclear Ohio class submarine that each one of them carry 32 Titan nuclear missiles that can destroy any country in the world. And
Hold
they
on,
have
Brandon.
6.
Brandon,
China
just
has
let me
that
talk.
too.
Prestige,
You're
the
making it look
last
like
thing,
it's only the US
and I'm
that
gonna let
has
you
it.
have it.
China
Last
has
thing.
it.
Hold on. And they have 16 of them that can do it.
Oh my
16
God.
of them.
who else
China
got
has
China
nuclear?
and
China
Russia.
has
You think
almost
the
double the
thing is,
amount of
right?
ships as the
Hustle
Go
US
ahead,
does.
Smart
Prestige.
thinks I'm saying. Hustle
Hey,
Smart thinks I'm
hold
saying
on.
that some other country
I
can
don't think
defeat
you saying
America.
nothing because
I'm
nothing that
not
you saying
talking
is
about if
important, boy.
another country
Hey,
can
Nothing
hey.
that you saying is
America,
important.
or
Go
if
ahead,
You
America doesn't
know,
have the
Prestige.
best or biggest
you
military.
know
That's not
that.
what I'm saying. What I'm saying, you need allies in battle. You can't just do all this stuff by yourself. America cannot just take over the whole
Exactly.
world.
He thinks
It
America
can't
is
happen,
Thanos.
bro. And
America is
why I
not.
say Afghanistan is we went to
They
Afghanistan.
don't
Yeah,
want
we
to
lost
take over
interest.
the whole
Yeah, we
world,
could have.
stupid.
Yeah, we could have nuked. We could have nuked
Why
Afghanistan.
would they
We
want to
had
take
all
over?
the
It ain't
military
no
power,
we.
all
You an
that. But
immigrant,
yet
boy.
still, we ended
You
up
an
losing after
immigrant, boy.
20
It ain't no
years.
we.
And the people that was
Why
there
you sit
before
up there
took back
talking
over.
we?
So the point is, you
You weren't
can't
born
take
in
over the
America.
whole
Why you
world. You
talking
need
about we?
allies. When
It
America
ain't
went
no
to
we.
when America went to
It
Afghanistan
ain't
and
no
Iraq,
we,
they
boy.
went there with other people. They had
Just because
allies.
we let you
You had
come over
Europe
here,
riding. You
it's
had
no
Japan
we.
riding. You
Man,
had
see,
most of
It's
the
let me
no
world
say
we.
riding.
Hey,
something now.
Prestige, go
You
ahead.
You
can't
What you were
just
know,
take
saying,
over the
bro?
whole world and
Go
expect to
ahead.
win
What you were
anything.
saying, Prestige. I don't even know what he's talking about. Talking about take over the world. Who said that they wanted to take over the world?
assuming that see, they don't have to beat America, but they just have to make America lose. The country that is going to lose to America will make America lose its position as the superpower of the world. You just think that the war is very, very simple. It's not that simple, you know.
Yeah, he
It's just
thinks that
for
somewhere
Iran
can
to
nuke.
go
America
up,
can nuke a
against
country,
America, and
and
hey,
other
America will
countries
lose
are
a lot
gonna
of
be like,
power.
"Oh, that's cool."
I
That
tell
ain't
you
gonna
what, too,
happen. Other
Nigel.
people are gonna be like, "Yo, I
I
want
tell you,
that."
too, Nigel. Let me know when it happens.
Okay, you find out.
Hey, please,
This whole
please,
Greenland thing
Do
they're
you know
talking
why
about,
please.
America? Do you know
this
why
whole
America
Greenland
and
thing is not
Britain
good
won the
for
first and
America,
second
man.
world wars? Do you know why they
Because
won it? Because they
now
didn't go
Europe,
all out the way you are talking. They didn't go
yeah,
all out. They
I
always
don't
wait
understand what this
behind.
guy's
They wait
saying.
for others to do all the fighting. Then they go at the last minute and then finish the war.
You think
That's how
America's the
they
And
only
win
whose
place that
the
got
fault is
war.
nuked?
that?
Russia got
hold
nuked. UK got
on.
nukes.
Hold on.
France got nukes.
Hey, Prestige,
China got nukes.
remember you talking to immigrants when you started talking, bro.
So because I'm an
Britain
immigrant,
and
or because
France
someone
is
an
getting
immigrant, they got a
their ass
Yeah,
brain,
see
handed
huh?
what I'm
to
They
them.
got a
saying?
brain. So you smart because you're American or you
Brit-
born American.
Leave him now. Leave him now.
Britain
Stupid
and France is
statement,
getting
man.
their
Dumb.
ass handed to them on the Western Front, and we came in and
To save
we
them.
started busting shit. We started tearing shit
This,
down.
yeah, but you
We
did it with
marched all the
allies.
way to
America
Berlin.
didn't do it by
Russia was
Remember
the
itself.
that.
one that did the
In
fighting in the
World War
Second
II,
World War.
America
The main
didn't do it by
fighting.
itself. It had allies. It was fighting with the
America came
Western
late in
nations.
the day to join the fight. So
Let me
Yeah,
let me let me
that's
tell you
what
why they
I'm
something.
lose.
saying.
Let me tell you how wars are won. You gotta out manufacture your opponent. We were
Exactly.
building 10 tanks to every one tank that was being built on the Axis side.
Actually,
Think
if you have
about
to
that.
log in,
We
Because
were
we were
actually,
building
never
we were
invaded the
building
United
10
States. We were
bombers.
never
The
invaded.
each
that
10 bombers they were building
manufacturing,
on the Axis side.
They never hit the
The
mainland. But
the
Axis
when Russia
powers
was
couldn't
that
taking
fuck with the
over
actually
United
did
Canada
the
States.
and making
manufacturing that
Canada our
fund the side of
enemy
the
by
war.
making them the 51st state, then now you have someone in your border that's not going to support you.
We don't need Canada support. We
And then when you
protect
down in
Canada,
Mexico
idiot.
talking crazy,
They don't
that's
need
what I'm saying.
Canada
You think you
support.
can
What are
do
you
it on your
talking about,
own?
stupid?
You can't. You
Boy, shut
can't.
your sis ass up, man. That's
You
why nobody
can't.
listen to you, bro. That's why nobody
Trump
listen to you.
is putting
But we don't
America
need
to a lot
Canada
of
for
danger.
nothing but wood and electricity. That's the only thing America needs Canada for.
Canada
Wood and
weak.
electricity
Canada only
for the
got
Put
North.
America to a lot of danger.
Canada only has 60,000 troops. That's probably about the most they got.
You heard me.
Canada, UK, France don't even have even 100,000 troops.
Who
And
We
has
you
a
got
know you talking about the
3.3
the thing
geopolitical.
is,
million
you
troops in
guys,
our
I'm
military.
not.
Prestige. They
UK has
they
less
gonna
than
make it seem
100,000.
like
What are
you
you
on
talking
my
about?
side, bro. So stay on their side so they don't try to attack you with
Let,
they
let,
with
let,
they.
let, let me tell you. Let me tell you.
Yo,
We
you
got
can believe whatever you want.
15,000.
It can be on any side
We
you want,
got
but it's gonna be
Be
15,000
on any
dangerous
future
side,
work.
but just try to
aircraft.
be factual about it. Come on.
Brother, America has
We
the
got
best,
15,000
biggest,
pieces of.
Steve,
strongest military in
Steve,
the
listen to
world.
them,
But
bro. They
you
won't even
can't
let you
do it
talk,
on
bro.
your own
They won't
still.
even let you.
You
They won't even
need
let you
help.
talk, Steve.
You
America
need
have the
allies.
strongest military in
They
the
don't
world.
know shit, man.
America has
I
the
know
But it's
about
best,
not
our
biggest, and
military,
invisible.
strongest
man.
military in the world, but you
I'm,
Listen
need
I'm,
to
I'm,
them, bro.
allies.
I'm not saying I agree with
Wars
everything
are won
America
with
does.
allies. It's not won by
Prestige,
yourself. It's
you
won
would
with
think
Man, them
that
allies.
allies is
can
weak,
you
dog.
imagine?
Them
Hey,
allies is
Prestige,
weak.
Prestige, wait, hey, Prestige, what state you from?
I'm from Atlanta, man. I'm
Oh,
really
okay,
from
okay, I'm
Atlanta.
from Atlanta too. Can you imagine, man, we going on an African channel telling them about their country, about their military, man? Can you imagine that, bro?
Man,
Yeah,
look,
you
I'm
do.
all
You
I'm
do.
all for Africa. I want AES to whoop the French ass again. That's what I want. I look, but at the same time, the American military ain't no joke. If we
Ain't
really
no
want to crush
joke.
somebody,
And not,
we
and
gonna
neither
crush.
me nor Hustle Smart has not nor Two Night has said that.
Then
We
just bow
said
down. Then
That's what
America
y'all
has the
saying.
and
best
be happy that we
Hold on,
let
military
you come over
in
here.
let them
the
talk. Let
world.
them talk. Let them talk. Let them say what he
America
gonna
is
say.
the strongest, most powerful military in the world. I'm not talking against America. America has the best fighting force in the world.
So what
And
are you
I'm
talking about?
happy for that.
What are you
I'm
talking
glad for
about,
that.
Sugar Mama? Get to the
What I'm
point.
saying is,
Uh
even with that,
huh. Uh huh.
you need allies.
Okay.
You need people that are going to work with you. When we went to
Okay.
Iraq and Afghanistan, the Europeans went with us. The Canadians went. The
Okay.
Japanese went. Most of the world supported that war. As a matter of
Hmm.
fact, NATO, the only time Article 5 has ever been enforced was because of the attack on
But what is
September
your
11th.
point though? What is your point?
And so my point is, even with the biggest, best, strongest military in the world, you can't just go around willy-nilly just doing whatever you feel,
Who
because you're
told
going
you
to
that?
lose
Oh, hold on,
support.
Hold
hold on,
on,
hold
hold
on,
on, hold on,
hold
hold
on,
on.
And if you
hold on,
lose
Prestige. Let
support,
me
you're
answer that.
not
Hold
going
on,
to win.
Prestige. Let me answer this first. And who gonna stop America? Those allies that you talking about, do you think they're gonna be against America, or you gonna think they're gonna be with them?
If we keep talking about
Who
making
is
Canada the
we?
51st
Who
state,
is we? Who is we,
taking over,
J.A.?
um, we as Americans,
You're not
as our
You're not
government,
American, bro. You're an immigrant.
Same. It's a
brother, are
matter
you
of
a fucking
time before
idiot?
America
If you
You're
got
an
an American
immigrant.
passport, you're an
same.
American. What
You're
the
The
an
only
hell are you
reason why,
immigrant.
saying, dog?
the only reason why you are saying
Talk
this
about your
because
country. Talk
You
about your
think
because Trump
military in your
you
country.
think the immigrant
same.
think when the immigrant
Hey,
come
talk
here, you
about
think
the
they ain't got
military in the country where
you
you was
think the
born
immigrants
at.
ain't got
Let me
a
just take him
citizenship
on.
in America? You think they ain't got
Same.
a
The
vote?
only reason why you are saying
Get
this is because
American
Trump
military
hasn't
out your
gotten
mouth,
bogged
boy.
down in the conflict yet. If Trump gets bogged down in the conflict, you are not going to be saying what you are saying now. Then you'll find
If
out
he
the
do,
elite of
you
American
said
power.
if he does what? All two Nigel?
If Trump gets bogged down in any conflict, that's one of the reasons why he's being careful about Iran right now. If he goes to
Hey,
Iran and they take
Hold
Iran
on,
I
hold on,
got
hostage,
you, two
hold on,
Nigel,
hold
two
on,
Nigel.
hold on, hold
So,
on.
you saying if, maybe, probably, theoretically, hypothetically, if
because he hasn't gotten bogged down. That's why you're saying
then
nobody can
it
beat him.
ain't happened. Then
The moment he
listen,
starts fighting
I
one
can
conflict that they are
two
almost
Nigel.
losing, you
To
find out that
Niger.
America will
Only
activate all
thing
these
that I'm
forces there.
saying is that I'm saying is that if bring it on then. Ain't nobody stepping up.
And then let him keep doing that. See, mark my words. If Trump keeps doing what he's doing,
Mark your words. Mark your words, right?
I'm
Your
saying it right
words.
now because it's a matter of time now, isn't it?
It's a matter of time to what happened to Nigel. Tell me what's going to happen. I want to mark your word.
One country and something's going to happen. Americans are going to get killed. They will get more involved, troops on the ground, and they'll get bogged down in there. And then you find out the limits of America's power.
And then that's when we're going to find out the limitation of America.
Yeah, you'll find out.
Okay, so when is this going to... Hold on. Hey, Prestige, hold on. Let me just ask the last question. Last question, Prestige. When is this going to happen to Nigel?
In Trump's time, if he keeps going on the way he's going,
so in the next 3 years,
because I'm sure many countries
because he ain't stopping. Does it? Hey, is anything that Trump's doing? Is it seem like he's stopping or slowing down?
I think he's being very careful because he knows if he gets bogged down, his presidency is over. His supporters don't want to get bogged down in any conflict around the world. He knows that. That is a fact. And if he gets bogged down in Iran, that's why he's being careful. He knows that if they shoot American planes down, he will have to go in harder.
Hey, Nigel, let's have an honest conversation. Do you know how that strike happened in Do you know how the strike happened in Iran that first time? Do you know how it originally started?
It's from Israel.
Exactly. So how many days did little brother do the dirty work before big brother showed up?
About 10 days or so.
It was about 2 weeks. It was actually 16 days of strategic. Hold on, let me tell you. I'm gonna tell you what it is. You got most of it right. So let me explain you how it went. Israel did strategic strikes on planes, infrastructure, water supply, energy, all that. They had the inside coming in and put in the MP, I forgot what you call it, electronic EMPs, the block out, all that before America. Only thing America had to do was like, all right, y'all got through doing the dirty work and let's put our planes. So they put up 2 destroyers over there, 4 submarines, 4 nuclear submarines, 2 aircraft carriers, and 32 planes in the air, 4 B-2 bombers, and shot that shit and left that shit within 8 hours. 8 hours.
My point exactly. America did that strike with allies. You had Israel. You had other nations that
I want to kill this shit. I want to kill this shit.
Israel.
I want to kill this shit once and for all. This dude keep talking about these weak ass allies like the UK and France. They don't even have air defenses. France and UK don't even have 100,000 troops. Plus, Russia produces in 3 months. Russia produces in 3 months the amount of munitions that Europe does in a year.
Do you think they can?
It takes Europe 1 year to produce the amount of munitions that Russia produces in 3 months.
Do you think they can ramp up their military production?
Hell no. They don't even have infrastructure.
What do we think?
They got wonder weapons, but they don't have enough to fight a war.
Hey, Prestige, what part of Atlanta you from, bro? What part of Atlanta you from?
Man, I'm from Glenwood, man. You from Glenwood?
You from Glenwood? I'm over here in Lithonia, bro. Let me tell you something. When anybody come up to you and tell you what do you think, that's a disingenuous question right there. Because we ain't talking about what we think. We're talking about the facts.
Don't know shit about war, dog. They don't know shit about war.
They don't know shit about it.
The Europeans are not. Europeans can't fight a drawn out war. The only European country that can fight a war of attrition is Ukraine. None of them European countries can beat up Ukraine in the war. I guarantee you, bro.
Wow.
None of them would put up a fight like Ukraine is doing.
They will be unsuccessful.
So who would Ukraine side with in the war?
Made the colonizing nation that founded your nation. You know,
Ukraine fighting Russia, dog.
Those European countries, they created the America that you live in.
So Ukraine is going to side with Russia that they're fighting now. Who would they side?
You right. To Niger, America did. America used black people and slaves to build up. They used the Germans with their technology. Let me explain to you, because this is stuff that I figured out from my sister. My sister's in the Navy. This is a story she told me. She told me that when they was going over there there destroying Germany. They said that they was up there. When the planes were flying by, it had to be like 100 of them. Next thing they knew, they saw a goddamn plane just pass by them like they were standing still, and they was like, "What the fuck is this?" They were just gonna go over there and bomb the site. And then the military people pulled them back and said, no, we want that technology. So what they did was they sent the CIA over there, destroy everything around it, and when it got all these scientists, and they put all these scientists said, look, we finna destroy it. Hitler's done. They showed them the plans, everything. They brought all them scientists and said, look, we're gonna start up a new company with NASA, and we're gonna do this other thing with road construction, because a lot of people don't know in America. I know you don't know,
It's called Operation Paperclip.
I'm just gonna give it to them raw, Shawty. You get what I'm saying? Pause. What they did was they saw how the Germans was doing even going up an overpass. That's German technology. We didn't have that shit before we brought the Germans over there. So hold on, tonight, hold on. So they went over there, got all the Germans, built them. Hold on, tonight, hold on. They built the German schools. It was like little bases, but it was protected by the military. They gave them schools, school for their kids, and let them work there. And that's why you got the Doppler and the people that does the rocket ship with NASA. They guaranteed the money, contracts. You get what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is that one thing America's good at, they knew that, look, if Germany had just as many planes as America did, Germany would have beat us. But the problem is, for every supersonic airplane that they had, America had 1,000 planes. So
No,
all those.
Come on, so stop that. No, they didn't.
When you talk, Tonight, hold on, Pristine. Tonight, do you know how many planes? Hold on, tonight, I'm gonna ask you a simple question. Do you know how many planes that the United States was kicking out the garage every day compared to Germany? Do you know how many?
Compared to Germany, I don't think it was 1,000 more for everyone. No, it wasn't. I can tell you that for sure.
During World War II, it's not about what you think.
Hold on, let me just say this.
There are actual numbers to back what he's saying.
Because even
I'm sorry, tonight. I forget that you're Nigerian. So when I said 1,000, I didn't mean 1,000. And hold on, tonight. Let me help you out. In America, we say this thing called 5011. 5011 don't mean 5,011. Okay.
Okay,
but
fine.
we had way more aircraft than Germany had, though. So instead of them going to bombing and shooting that down, they actually let the guy shoot a couple of. Hold on, two Nigers. I'm just giving you the fact, so you won't talk what you don't know. They let the Germans shoot his missiles and followed them back, and then they went down there and took it over and brought the Germans here, and then they destroyed it. That's how it happened. That's how we got the technology that we got. So what I'm trying to tell you, America borrows from some of everybody to make it what it is. But now that it is what it is, we don't need no motherfucking help. Israel, let me tell you something. Israel wanted to bomb Iran. It wasn't America. It wasn't America that wanted to bomb Iran. It was Israel, dummy. Oh, y'all dumb, bro. It wasn't America. America came to Israel help.
You always have to borrow from other people. That's smart.
Hold on, let me finish what I'm saying. Neil deGrasse Tyson said it about 2 years ago that Europe does more new research
Don't
than
you think nobody pays any attention to you, John?
I can tell you that I know at least about 3 to 4 technologies that have been developed that America is going to rely on that is actually being done in Europe. So the idea that you underestimate Europeans at your own peril. If you underestimate these Europeans, you find out the hard way that they are not asleep. And Trump is waking them up right now. And talking
you always got to borrow from other people. That's smart.
It's not going to happen. You don't know these Europeans that you are seeing here. When the
history he just explains proves it.
So what are you saying the Europeans gonna do? Because I don't understand. He just over here being like a cheerleader, just yelling out stupid shit. What are you saying to Nigel?
If Trump goes overboard, like the way you are sounding, you are going to find out that there are other powers in the world that can limit these Americans.
And who is that? Who is that, Nigel? Tell me who it is.
From Europe, Middle East, Asia, there are many of them. And they don't have to win. Remember, they don't have to win. not to
Okay.
get it. That's how war goes. They don't have to win, and America will lose everything. Remember, America's power is relying on the dollar, and the moment the dollar falls, it's all dead now.
Hey,
So
let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question, to Niger. If the dollar falls, does that stop any of them aircraft carriers from moving?
Basically, you'll be
No.
surprised.
Why
Because
would it stop that?
you can't
Why
pay
would
people
hold
anymore.
on? Hold on. To Niger, common sense, bro. Why the fuck, if the dollar falls, would it stop that goddamn Ohio class submarine from
It
launching?
costs money to run a sub.
Because
That's
you
How
have to
much
pay
money
people.
does it cost?
It will degrade
Plenty of
them.
money.
It will degrade it over
It
time.
costs nothing to it costs nothing. It costs manpower.
Do you have to pay the manpower?
And now,
You have to
but
pay the manpower.
who do you
Are
think
they working for
service?
free?
Who do you think service? Who do you think service the submarines?
Are they working for free?
Who do you think service them?
Are they working for free?
No, they're
Whoever's
not working for
servicing it,
free.
are they
They're
working
not
for
working
free?
for free. What I'm saying is that
Exactly. You
even if
gotta
it
pay
was
them
no money,
money.
hold on for a second. Let me show you how dumb you are. Kasha, check this out. If the military didn't get paid, would the military go home, Kasha, in a war?
Negative.
They'll get paid less. They don't. It's not. They're not going to get paid. They're just going to get
So
paid
what I'm
less.
saying is, what I'm trying to tell you is that let me explain something to you. And I'm gonna and you know how believe me, Black America, we think they're evil also too, Nigel. But let me tell you how evil America is. America is so evil. If they can't run the show, they're gonna destroy the whole motherfucking thing. Because this is, let me tell you
And
why
is
they
that a
would do
good
it.
thing or a bad
Hey,
thing?
bro, god
They
damn,
think
bro, can you
that
stop
Predator
acting like
movie
a?
is just
Can
a
you stop
movie.
acting like a fucking female? We just
Is
talk
that
about
good or
we
bad?
talk
You're
about
acting like
end
a
of the
female
world
talking about
strategy.
destroy the whole
They
thing.
will destroy
You support
all this
destroy the
shit
whole thing.
because you know what? You know what? To Nigel, they have more mountains. They have better all these mountains, all these bunkers. They have the most in any country in the world. That
Do you support
technology.
destroying the
You know
whole
No,
thing?
Switzerland.
This country
You
is
know,
a
country.
natural
No,
hold
fortress.
on. Do you know
go
Switzerland
ahead,
alone has?
Costa.
Do you
This
know
country is
Switzerland
a
alone has
natural
300 and something
fortress.
thousand bunkers?
Not
Switzerland
only
alone,
not only do
300 and
you
something
have to get
thousand
over
bunkers.
2
So
oceans to get to the country.
don't mess with Europeans. I keep telling you not to mess with Europeans. Switzerland alone has more than 300,000 bunkers. Switzerland alone. So don't mess
No,
with Europeans.
you're not.
Do you know
Talking
how
about
Bruh,
mountains.
big is
There are mountains in
we're
Switzerland.
not
Do you
talking
have?
about regular.
Do you
We're
have
not
Switzerland is
about
the
the
talking,
Alps?
size of
Do
a
you have about
state?
the Alps? Do you have about
Switzerland
bruh,
is the
to
size of
Niger.
a state
To
in the
Niger,
country.
stop trying to compare anything with the America. Is that this ain't nothing that I'm saying.
I'm
America
giving
has
you
the
guys the
most.
America is paranoid.
To Niger, America has the biggest. They have the backup systems to be underground in them bunkers for 50 years. No other country has that technology.
Not
Are
the
you going to be
entire
one of
The
them
city.
bunkers?
submarine,
Not
the
the whole
nuclear
No
city.
submarine
No,
doesn't
not
have,
the whole city.
Are
Just
they
the
going to let
city
you in
and
one
the
of them
the
bunkers?
other
nuclear
suburbs.
country
submarine only
to
has to
Niger.
surface once a year.
No other country has that technology.
To
Are
do
you
what?
going to be in one of the bunkers? Hustle smart, they going to let you in?
Exactly.
You know what I
What
mean?
does it? Why would you ask me a stupid question like that?
He
Also,
talking like he going to be the bunker. He going to be
Now,
safe.
and so
He's not talking
anything.
like that.
So
He's
so
just saying
let me
what it
tell you how
is.
oh my God.
feminine y'all. Let me tell you how feminine
Also,
y'all
smart, you're
immigrants
not going to
sound.
be part of the people
Anything
in the
that I
bunker.
said about the world being if it came down to it, America would destroy everything. So some type of way, I'm talking like I would be in there too. That's
Yeah.
Well,
what
if
you
you
got.
You
support
know,
people
Hold on,
that want to
you know,
destroy
that's what
everything
you.
you
That's not
have,
That's
why
what
would
target
you.
you get
style
upset?
That's
You
thinking.
what.
got
Hey,
boundaries.
That's
that's what both of
elementary
y'all.
thinking
That's
is.
what both of y'all
see,
white
do you
women loving
know,
immigrants got of it. Go ahead, Costa, bro. All right,
Switzerland,
Costa. I don't answer
that
stupid questions. Go ahead,
300,000
Costa.
bunkers that
Bro,
Switzerland have
you
is for
cannot
all
you
the
can't
whole citizens. The entire city is meant to
And
be
it's a
secure
Costa. The
during war.
funny thing is,
All of
these
them.
is immigrants. These immigrants don't love their own countries.
never
They
been
don't
in
love their
America.
own
So
countries
now
to
you
go
are
in
talking
other
about our own
countries
countries.
and
And when
telling
America
us
So,
is
about
going,
how America
everybody
get
else,
down.
so the Japanese
now
could
it's
come to
interesting.
America, the Korean could come, everybody could come, but and they don't love their. I don't get that argument, man. What are you saying, bro?
There's no argument because I ain't talking to you. I don't talk to sugar boys. Go ahead,
Bro,
Costa.
all Hustle Smart was doing was letting y'all in on some knowledge. Not a lot of people know about Operation Paperclip, where they took the German scientists who worked under Hitler,
We all know about those.
some who killed a lot of Jews, and they brought them over here and they gave them new identities. They
Brand
absorbed
new.
this. They absorbed the science that the Nazis were doing. The Nazis weren't stupid. Why do you think they were so successful?
But we all know about that. We
So
They
all
didn't
okay,
have the
but all
manpower
Hustle
or the
Smart is doing is
resources.
hitting y'all with knowledge. He letting y'all know this is Rome of its time. This is the
That's what
greatest.
all it
This is
is.
the greatest
You know who
country.
else left
This
Germany?
is the greatest country, piece of territory, whatever you want to call it, kingdom. This is the greatest
Ever in history.
civilization the world's ever seen. You're not, listen, they don't make these movies. You ever see the movie Predator? When Predator's about to lose, when he know he can't win, when he know he can't fight no more, he
Self-destruct.
You know what? That
He
point you made
self-destructs.
is a
These
very good
movies
point.
mean something.
That point you made is a very good point. This is why I recommend America has war counseling. They need to go and have, sit down around the table and somebody needs to talk to them and like, this world you are living in. If you behave like this, we are going to kill each other. You need to calm down. Because
In order to do that, you got to
America
be
needs
able to
war
beat.
counseling.
In order to do that to a
It ain't
bully,
gonna
you
be
got to
no
be able to
regular
beat him.
conversation. It ain't gonna be no.
It better be one.
And let me hold on to Niger. If Kasha is running the whole Chicago, he got the whole not just Chicago. He got the whole state of Illinois on lock. I can't come from my little bitty city in South Carolina and Alabama and go to Terra Collar. That's the big dog. You get what I'm saying? I can't tell him anything. Now, what he can do is he can entertain me with a conversation. We can have a meal and discuss that. But once I walk out of the door, Collar gonna call me a bitch ass nigga. That's what he gonna call me.
Wow.
Like you can't do nothing. Like you can't do nothing. In America is so much gangster with it, they will destroy the motherfucker. And the funny part is, Russia thinks the same way. So
That's
why
why
do
they
you
got
think?
so many nuclear warheads. This is why
Kasha, let me hit this last
Russia
point.
has more nuclear warheads than
They
America.
have more nuclear. So this
They
is
think
what's
the
gonna
same
happen.
way.
So this is what all of them feel like. They feel like in the doomsday prep, whoever got the best bunkers, whoever got the best, that's who's gonna come out on top. But what it's saying is that we were just talking about the show the other week, Cause I don't know if you was on here, but they were saying that Russia, I don't know if it was you that said it, I forgot who said it, that Russia got the fail proof that if something launches, and if a nuclear bomb launches, if they radar anything detected, it launches by itself. No stop. It called a dead man switch.
Yeah,
So
that's true.
So what we're saying is that all I'm saying is this right here. America is never gonna play second to nobody on any ground, period. And before
They
they
will be second if they can.
Listen,
If they cannot give
literally,
then they destroy the world.
America literally backdoored Russia after World War II just to get up on top. That's why Russia don't fuck with America, because of Operation Paperclip. The Russians had to send a spy to get the technology to make a nuclear bomb from America. America was the big bully for a
English
while.
is the reason why Russia is against kind of against the West, or the West is against Russia. Is the English.
Russia can't touch America though.
The British are following the principle
Russia
of
can't
the
even.
Macinda.
They can't even quell Ukraine.
Let me do some this year. The
They're
British
struggling with Ukraine.
Hold on. The British, if you know about the Mackinder thesis, you know why they isolate Russia as a European country. They don't want Russia to be powerful, because if Russia will dominate the world. Russia is between China and Western Europe.
They're not going to dominate anything as long as America.
No, they would have dominated it. But Trump, hold on. Let me finish what I'm saying. Trump is upending that arrangement now. He's going with some people are accusing him of following what the Russian strategists came up with to divide the world into three spheres: Western Hemisphere, give Africa and other parts of the world to China. Then this is Russia takes Europe. That is the plan. Maybe that is why Trump wants this in Greenland at the moment. You don't know why he's asking for Greenland so strongly.
I know. I got speculations on why I believe it's not Trump. You got to understand, Trump works for people. It's the people who are behind the scenes who really pulling the strings.
It's the business interests.
Greenland, not just for business interests, but also military purposes.
Yeah,
because Russia kind of has a chokehold on winter warfare. Russia does winter warfare.
No, they got it on lock.
Yeah,
they got the ships
America
out there. They got people living on the ice out there.
Yeah, they want to catch up with that. Russia's been
Yeah.
doing it for a while.
I think
Yeah.
Russians just know how to fight endless wars. Most parts of the world don't know how to do that. Russia will fight you for 5 years. They will not blink. They
Okay,
will.
America's fought
They
endless
literally
wars
destroy
as
their own
well,
cities
bro.
when
You're not. That's
this
not.
Napoleon was coming
It's
after
not
them.
exclusive to Russia, but there are
Uh,
things that are exclusive to America that Russia can't claim.
Trump was talking about Russia the other day on
Just
CNN. He was
remember,
like,
pride
"This
comes
country just
before
keep
the
fighting
fall. All right.
on and
Yeah,
on and
pride
on and
coming
on."
from here come the Bible verses. Here come Jesus. Here come Jesus,
No, it don't
Tied
have
Kasha.
to a
nothing to do with
preacher
But you
alert
Jesus.
can
now.
never, you would
It
hey,
don't
hey,
have nothing to do with
Kasha, what
Jesus.
do I always say? Soon as a black person starts talking about Jesus, the conversation is over. Because once you start talking about King Jesus,
Nah.
anything say,
That's
why
not
the
to do
fuck
with
would
no
you even
Jesus.
start talking about the pride before the fall shit?
No, that has nothing
He
to do with
gave
no
us
Why
Jesus.
would you even bring it up? Like
The
your
reason
brain,
you bring
why
it
would
up
you let
is
your soft ass brain,
you
why would that
start
even come up in your
thinking,
mind?
the
Hey,
moment,
to
the
Nigel.
moment
To
you start
Niger,
thinking,
all we
Yes.
talking
the
about is strength,
moment,
strength, strength,
the
strength.
moment
And this
you start
lonely ass
thinking,
immigrant come over here,
the
come with some old
moment,
emotional shit.
the
You know what I'm saying?
moment,
That just show you how weak they are, man.
the
Like some of
moment
these
you
immigrants
start
are weak
thinking,
as fuck. You
the
know what I'm saying?
moment you
Don't get
start
it fucked
thinking
up.
you
A
We'll
have
lot,
trade
all
to
hey,
the
bro. A
Niger.
lot of
answers,
them
We'll
ain't
trade
had a
to
fist
Niger for
fight
you
in
any
life.
day.
A
We'll
lot of
trade
them.
to Niger
the
and his white
moment,
wife for you any day. We will ship your ass out of here and bring to Niger and his white woman
the
here
moment,
today.
the moment you start
And
thinking you have
protect her,
all the
protect
answers,
his white woman like she's the president.
the
Okay.
moment you
We will
start
get
thinking
rid
you
of
have
your
all
soft
the
ass.
answers,
The
then
first
you
thing,
start looking for other
Costa, the
solutions,
first thing he started coming
and
up
you
with
run
some
into
more. That's how
problems.
you can tell he's a liberal. Costa, I
What?
guarantee you, Costa, I tell you what,
Oh,
and
he's
I got
super liberal. He's
$1,000 right
super
I'm a
now, I
liberal.
cash
liberal.
out you.
Wow.
He should put on the
Ask him
cape.
is he a
He's super
liberal?
liberal. Yeah,
Ask him is
yeah.
he a liberal?
Hey, bro. Hey, just throw that cape on, folks, because you're a super liberal, bro.
Yeah.
Just
That's,
say that.
I don't think I'm a liberal. Like, oh my god, I can't be a
To
liberal. Like,
no,
Nigel,
no,
you
not you
actually,
two,
bro.
Nigel.
Oh wow. Yeah.
I'm
All
just
right, bro.
checking. I'm just checking. If I was a liberal, that would
To
be
No,
me.
Nigel
no,
trolling. He
to
trolling.
Niger have liberal talking point. Jai is a certified female. He bleed every 30 days. You get what I'm saying? You can tell that. First thing he started
That's how
talking
you
about is
got here.
feelings and
That's how we
emotion.
all got
He
here.
started talking about what you think and how you feel.
Ain't nothing wrong with bleeding every 30 days. That's
Man,
how we all
listen,
got here.
Wow.
goddamn,
Without
ain't nothing
that
wrong with
bleeding
it,
every
man.
30 days, none of us are
Man,
Jai, you
here.
take that
tripping,
tampon
folks.
out your
Without
ass,
that
ho.
bleeding every 30 days, none of us are here. So that's a
Bruh,
stupid statement.
we talking about you, though. You
That's a
bleeding.
stupid statement. I
No,
won't
that's
even
what you
a
do,
dumb
man.
statement
You
like
just
that.
feminine like that, man. You
Because
just
you wouldn't
soft
even
like
be
that.
here
That's why
without
you
that bleeding
said
every
that shit
30 days.
like that.
You
The
should thank,
pride before the
you should
fall.
thank,
Hey,
you
what
should
about
thank
this, John?
God for
John,
that.
what about this? What about no man is over God? What about that one?
Look, I don't even believe in that shit, man. I don't know what you're talking
What about Allah? Subhana Allah. What about that one?
about. I don't know nothing about that. All I
What
know is
about Lord have
when you think you
mercy?
have all the
Whatever fucking
answers, you
religion you
stop
worship, you
searching,
soft
you stop
ass. You just
seeking,
soft as
and then
fuck.
you end up in
It's
problems.
the point that we over here talking about death and destruction. You know what I'm saying? We get into a full conversation, and this motherfucker come out and be like, pride before the fall, guys. What type of lame ass shit is that, bro? Like, you sit
You
back and
think
wait for
it's
your
lame, but
turn.
because you think it's
Hey,
lame, but it's
John,
profound information.
Raise your hand next time. Raise your hand next
You
time,
think it's
bro.
lame, but it's good
God damn,
information.
yeah, it's lame. Because nobody else was talking about no pride before it fall. What are you talking about? This is about destruction and power. That's it.
So
And before Russia lose what they have, before China lose what they have, before America lose what they have, even not to Niger, even North Korea gonna get into it with the fuck shit and launch there. Hell, matter of fact, North Korea might launch there first. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
what's
when
that shit?
North Korea will launch first, if things go down,
Well,
then
they're
they're
gonna be
launch
like,
first.
fuck it, we hit it too. They got new, you know what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is that they'll destroy, America will destroy the world before they do it. But you know, the only people that gonna survive that has nuclear submarines and people that got the bunkers. And who got
And
the
North Korea
most
have them.
hold
North
on for
Korea
a
has
second, too, Nigel. Let me answer this. Who got the most nuclear subs and the most nuclear bunkers?
them.
It's
Oh.
America.
And how many people going to survive on that?
No one has more nuclear subs than us.
And how many people going to survive on them bunkers and subs? How many? There are 340 million Americans. How much of us are going to survive?
That ain't what we talking about, stupid. We're not talking about the
but
aftermath.
You're doing hypotheticals. You see what I'm saying?
We're not talking. We're not. Ain't none of it. Ain't none of that. What we're saying is hypothetical. This is a guaranteed fact. All of them. If somebody launch a nuclear missile, all of them are gonna launch. That's not a hypothetical.
And what happens when they all launch?
We don't care. That's a hypothetical. We're not going into hypothetical, sugar mama. We're not doing the emotional part of it. We're not talking about the after. We don't know that.
Nothing
we
matters
don't know
if
what's
it's
going to
all
happen
over.
after.
So nobody wants it to all be over.
If everybody
Niger.
you don't know what's going to happen, what is that?
We don't know. How the hell can we know that? All I know is that America is not going to give up nothing. So what happens after that, I don't know.
If everybody launches, humanity is over.
Yeah, so what's the point?
Exactly.
Is it okay? Is it to Niger? You're talking about what's the point of Armageddon?
Yeah.
Let me tell you what's the point of Armageddon. Armageddon is the point.
Now everybody's dead.
Listen. Let me explain something to y'all. Let me explain something to y'all. For one thing that y'all fail to realize, because I can tell y'all just slow immigrant. Tonight, I thought you was way smarter than that.
That's hypothetical.
Everything has hold on, Toniger. Every country, Toniger. Every country has a contingency plan down to the last man, to the worst case scenario. So you're sitting up there saying, why even have a contingency plan for the worst case scenario? Is stupid.
Are you a part of that contingency plan?
You should have a contingency
Where do you fit in the
plan.
contingency plan?
I'm not saying it should not. As a matter of fact, that is important. However,
exactly,
you cannot go around just triggering conflicts because sooner or later,
Tanaja, come on, let's get we past that. I'm not saying I don't agree with you. I just said who's gonna stop them.
Okay.
We already said that.
But I've just told you.
No, bro, I don't listen to nothing you said. I only hear two Niger. I don't hear no feminine liberal talking at all.
Scared, man.
But go ahead, Tanaja. Now, what do you say about that statement, Tanaja?
The country that can stop Trump is the country that decides to fight like Vietnam.
And what is that? And who is that? Who do you think?
It could be any country because those wars they evolve on their own. You don't plan it. A country you think you can just defeat overnight, you'll be surprised.
Okay, let me ask you a question too, Niger. That country that's gonna fight America and bog America down, what you think gonna happen to that country after the war is over with?
Oh no, they would lose, but they will.
No. I'm not talking about to Niger. I'm not talking about lose. I'm talking about sanctions. I'm talking about traveling. I'm talking about equipment. Hold on, to Niger.
That would be the least of their problems.
Where do you think any of those countries get their plane from?
No, my point is that would be the least of that country's problem that box America down.
What I'm trying to tell you is that even if they bog America down, that country is eventually ostracized. That country is going to be like another Haiti. After it's over with.
Haiti, it will be
it's gonna be so think about that right there. So
don't you understand that they don't care at that stage? They don't care. All they care about is making sure America.
But what I'm saying is that still. Let me tell you one thing. Let me explain you one thing about commerce that I noticed from working with these ships and working with these trains. China, even though China is big where they are, America is the #1 consumer of China products.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So therefore, they ain't trying to get. They ain't finna lose that. Ain't who else gonna buy? I tell you what, Costa, you still here, right?
Yeah, I'm still here.
What other country gonna buy 1,000 inch TVs for $8,000? What other country gonna buy a refrigerator from Samsung for $5,000-$6,000? Who else gonna buy? We're the only country that chase iPhone. We're the #1 buyers of iPhone, Samsung products.
Is valuable at the moment. If the dollar
what I'm saying.
Guys, let me pass the mic to MBYB. Then we gotta close out. MBYB, go ahead and mute yourself.
Hey, y'all can hear me?
Golly, man.
Oh man, you just came back under another name. So you hold on. You thought that changing your name was gonna make your audio sound better? Where you at, bro? Me and Constant for the kick in your door. Me and Constant for the kick. Constant, you go through the back door, I'm coming through the front door. Where you at, my brother?
I tried, bro.
But hold on, though. Let me ask you a serious question. Are you talking straight through your phone?
No, it's the mic. It's the settings. I got to get the settings together.
So you talking from your laptop?
No, it's this camera got hooked up, and then I got these.
It's a camera?
Yeah.
I tell you what, turn the camera, flip it on yourself, and slap yourself, man. Get on your cell phone, man. Call in on your cell phone, my brother.
Nah, you're a comedian. No, I'm not.
What type of cell phone you have, my brother?
Huh?
What type of cell phone do you have?
No, I'm not gonna use my cell phone, brother.
Okay, then you sounded like you sounded like Grover. We can't hear you.
Okay, I understand. I'm not gonna try again. I apologize, brother.
No, you ain't got to apologize. Just why when you call in on your phone? If nobody can know you, you can do the same thing. I didn't understand that, Diners, but I'll let you in on that one, Dinah. That was probably the weirdest conversation I had on here. But to Nigel, listen, man, it's
I can't believe
nobody.
they came back with that phone again.
That was funny,
The
right?
virus connection is using. Yeah, that was funny. So go
That
ahead.
was to Nigel. Listen, man, I agree that America shouldn't do it. I just know where America is capable of, and I know nobody's gonna stop it. And when we talk about allies, if you're my ally, you're on my side. I'm the one that sell you the weapons at a cheaper rate. Do you get what I'm saying? America don't sell their weapons to Israel for full price. They don't sell their weapons to France and Britain for the same price that they do to other countries. You get what I'm saying? You get perks for being allies of America. That means that all that equipment, all that resources that they ship over there, they can get to your country in 24 hours. Nobody has the resource and product and make a land-based situation military like the United States have. They do that shit. The Army Corps of Engineers can have $5 billion worth of equipment shipped in 24 hours. They have a 24-hour operation coming to your country. No other country can do that.
Let me say this: America's power could decline even faster than the British Empire's power declines, and that is without a war. Because the way Trump is going about it right now, it could lead to a very rapid runaway from the dollar. And the dollar is the power of America right now. If that dollar fails, the whole thing will just start cascading. And it doesn't matter how powerful America is, it's not going to make much of a difference because they are not going to just go and start attacking China. If they do,
it's nobody going to run away from it's nobody going to run away from the dollar because America is the world's consumer.
Yeah, but that's the only reason why that is because of the dollar. That's my point.
But let me tell you something. But I'm telling you, so let's say if the World Bank fell down, then how would China? Who's going to buy China? Because China ain't going to change their prices of their products.
Yeah, but you see, that's the beauty of it. Now, China is already a manufacturer. That's the problem. America is not. China is the manufacturer of the world.
What are you talking about, America? Everything that. Let me tell you something. To Niger, America producing they got warehouses producing stuff and building stuff all over. They choose to buy. To Niger, let me put you on game on something. America can produce the most oil. They produce the most oil and they buy the most oil. Why do you think they do that?
Oil. Oh no, that oil is one thing, but there are too many other things that are being traded by China. China is leading in car manufacturing now, and they're going to dominate even further as time goes on. They're dominating in so many goods.
To Niger, that's America's choice. America can bring all those car manufacturers back from Mexico. They can bring all of that stuff back. Don't you like think about it like this? Since all these places got all this manufacturing, when the COVID hit, America made all this business start kicking up, making ventilators. Why if all these other countries can do all this manufacturing and producing, then why was America the number one producers of ventilators? Why was America the number one producers of the shot?
The problem with America is that because they became corrupt, why don't you ask yourself, why is America falling behind China? Don't you see that? America was ahead of China by a mile.
You saying
Why are they
America is
falling behind? Yeah, it's
Did
got
you
the
just say
corruption in
America
America.
is corrupt, bro?
Yes. That's what it's called.
Tell me how America is corrupt, Nigel.
An example is what just happened recently with the Venezuelan kidnap of the Maduro, and now they want to give the
detained.
He's
detained. Oh, friendly invite. So now they want the oil companies now. They want to give them the resources, and what they are saying now is that American population is going to fund the oil companies, and when they make the profit, they're going to put it in offshore account. Then Trump will administer the funds.
That is not what they said to Nigel. To Nigel, you're telling a lie. Let me tell you what they said. They said that they're gonna get the oil. They're gonna find. Let me explain something to you before Dinah's in the show. Let me put you on game for a second. Do you know how much oil that Venezuela was producing? How many oils they were producing? Capacity. Let's go with percentage. With their capacity they was pushing out per month. Do you know what percentage?
I don't know, but I know that it's well below their possible.
Let me tell you what it is. And see, a lot of people don't talk about this, Diners. I'm gonna put you on game if you don't know this. The Venezuelan oil was only producing 10% of its capacity. 10%. So that means that the stuff they had stuff that was built in the 1980s, stuff that was failing. So they shut off 60% of it. So they got all. Hold on, I'm just giving the. Let me just get a facts too, Nigel. Let me get a facts. So what America is doing is that America is funding it, so they're gonna redo all of it and push it to 100% capacity. So then with the money from that, they're gonna put that back into the country, back into the roads, back into the infrastructure, and from the money that the Americans put in, that will be all paid back with interest. How is that a bad deal?
No, they are paying it to the oil companies to get the funds, and it goes into their own offshore account. That is a problem.
No, it can't not. No, it doesn't work like that.
They are not operating inside the US.
It doesn't. All those execs from the money. The money, if it's American company, that money has to flow through the American tax system first. That's just the way it works over here.
That is what Trump said. Trump is the one saying all this.
Well, to Nigel, only thing we can do is wait and see. I tell you what, wait and see. You come back in 6 months, and and once they get it going at 100%, and they start making that money, and you come in here and say, and we find out that they put money in offshore accounts and not doing it, I'll be the first person. I'm just telling you the facts because I did my research on it, and that's what happened when I found out they don't have people dying out there because nobody discusses it. You know what I'm saying? The goddamn half of the oil, it was almost dangerous.
See, my point is that the elites in America are corrupt, and if you look at the manufacturing that happened in China, the same thing. They gain a lot of profit from it, but they didn't necessarily put it back into the country. Can't you see the infrastructure of America? The infrastructure of America has fallen behind that of China. Where do you think? How do you think that is happening?
Come on, you said they falling behind China as far as what?
The infrastructure of America has fallen well behind that of China.
Any
American that goes to China today, they will tell you that China looks far more advanced than America does.
China does look advanced, but it's small as fuck.
All right, guys, we got to close out. And to Nigel, Fitzgerald, not to Nigel, Sent Police, Hustle Smart. Fitzgerald just texted me. He said, "Notice you do hear or see Brandon while Sent Police is on. Same cat."
Fitzgerald, shout out, man. Roll Tide, baby. Shout out to you, my brother. Hey, Fitzgerald, you motivated me to hold my own. I am the last Mohican standing, bruh. I got there represent America, and I'm not even FBA. I represented America today from all these dusty foot tethers with white women. Shout out to Tanija.
Look at
The
that.
snow,
Oh,
the
y'all, we gotta
Snowbody
go.
King,
Everyone, hey,
the
everyone,
Snowbody King himself. Go ahead,
everyone, thank you for
Dynasty.
joining. Like, share, subscribe. Until next time, family. Dynasty Mirror, search for who.
We gone.
Peace.
Good show, man.
Danful offers unparalleled, curated, and bespoke tours across Africa for travelers seeking genuine cultural experiences, enriched with magnificent sights, sounds, and flavors found on the continent. Each trip is reliably curated to ensure visitors are gifted with an immersive and authentic adventure. Whether you find yourself strolling along the charming white sand beaches of Sierra Leone, feasting on the mouth-watering delicious foods in Senegal, observing or partaking in various aspects of the Isheshe traditional system Ifa native to Yoruba land, Nigeria, with Danful, you will rediscover a fulfilling sense of kinship to the true heart of the motherland, her communities. Our core values focus on integrity, quality, safety, and sustainability. We are uniquely committed to assisting with the advancement of African infrastructure and promoting African businesses, so both travelers and the communities they visit receive beneficial exchanges. At Danful, we understand the importance of connectivity, and we have created a model which provides bespoke experiences based on your passions or hobbies. With us, expect a long-lasting spiritual bond between you and your destinations. Live, love, Danful, Africa. To learn more, visit danful.africa.